a look at it zoomed out. I gotta zoom in. Nautica tell you I be comparing her to a lot of different women that I say look like her. I thought I saw her and Aldrich playing ball on the court one time in a video. Wasn't even her. You know what I'm saying? Just be thrown off. Don't be knowing what's going on. You gotta say it all in one word though. Ain't this how you pronounce that though? Sediowski? Sediowski? You gonna be like, said is okay. Thought she was out there playing with Aldrich. Even she admitted it kind of looked like her though. She did give me like, some leeway on that. She did give me some leeway on that. You follow what I'm saying? What's going on with you, Keanu Neo?
When I tell you that I take my rest on the Sabbath, literally, I do. I just woke up not even 10 minutes ago.
Wow.
It's every Sabbath. I be looking forward to the Sabbath. So Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Mm-hmm. I hear that. Right? You know how it is with these holiday weeks. You follow what I'm saying? Whether you celebrate the holidays or not, if you working, you gonna feel it. You follow what I'm saying? I hate going shopping in the grocery store around holiday season. You follow what I'm saying? Thanksgiving and Christmas. Right? I don't like being around crowds like that anyway. I don't have a fear of crowds or anything like that. I just don't like being around crowds. They don't make me nervous or nothing. I just, don't have a claustrophobia or anything like that. Just don't like being around crowds. I don't like being in the grocery store and you're sitting up there shopping and you stop to try to examine something and somebody come up behind you. You follow what I'm saying? You feel like you're kind of being rushed. Anybody know what I mean? You know, and it seems like they always find you. You can try to go to the corner of the store and just post up and just try to get your thoughts, and somebody coming around that aisle, just coming right up behind you, like you weren't interested in this aisle until I came over here. Let's just go ahead and just keep it. I be doing little social experiments too, like to myself, even where I live at. Even Big Baby can testify to this. My brother, like they take all the parking spaces where we were parking at, right? We said, cool. I said, I'm finna park over here. I park over there, next thing you know, same car that tried to take my space over there. Now they over there by me. You follow what I'm saying? Then I moved somewhere else. And then Big Baby started doing it too. You follow what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. People are weird sometimes. But I don't be want to think like I'm paranoid or like, I'm the center of the universe or anything. So I got to experience, I got to test stuff. I test stuff out. That's what I do. You follow what I'm saying? I don't just be like, man, she follow me or he always trying to do what I do. No, I'm going to test it. Then I'd be like, okay, I know I ain't tripping. You follow what I'm saying? And more than one occasion, I'm telling you, man, maybe it's just a human thing. You follow what I'm saying? I'm going to bring Kevin J up. The man with no equal because he's less than everybody. What's up, Kevin?
That's cold-blooded. Hey, that's worse than that. Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Hey, I mean, that would be true. If you're less than everybody, you don't have an equal.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
you get the highest or the lowest, bro.
Yeah.
Like, dang, bro, you couldn't put your boy on the spectrum. You couldn't put me in the middle. Dang.
Oh my grass. It's
the bottom of the
bar. What's up, everybody? ABT, Shabbat Shalom to everybody, man. Good to see y'all, man. We had a really good class in the other. We finally got on Discord. Thank you, brother Tommy, for helping your boy out. Oldness kicks in, even though I sound young. Thank you very much to the Simmonses for y'all help as well. And again, it's good to be here, man, as always, brother.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Happy to have you here. I'll be right back in 1 second. Keep it going, Kevin J. Maybe adjust its temperature a little bit, maybe. Or this the time of year. This the time of year where you can't really quite get it cool as you want, and then you know what I'm talking about, right?
I got you.
Trying to figure it out.
Well, Jeff, ABT, everybody, hello, how y'all doing? Gideon, always good to see you, man. Everyone here, God bless y'all. Jeff, how you doing? What's up, everybody?
Shalom, brothers.
Hey, You reading right, Jeff? It's your clock, right? It's yours, right?
Not unless you want to do it, yeah.
Oh no, you got it. You got it. I'm just, I know you be on it. You be like, sir, excuse me.
Yeah, he do.
Yeah,
he do.
He be on it hard, boy.
You like extra energetic today. I thought maybe you wanted to, All right, that's all. That's all I'm saying.
They had me going in the other room, man. It was wonderful. That was a blessing, man. But no, you got it. I gotta hear the voice of power. I gotta hear the voice of power today.
Kevin J always energetic. That man got the energy of a young man. It was part of his ruse that he pulled on me before I knew how old he was. His energy belies his age. His energy belies his age, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Just these brothers, they all young in spirit, just like myself. Y'all know that. 1 minute I'm teaching on deep things, next minute I'm talking about video games and old ignorant mess with y'all. I don't know why it worked like that for me, y'all. I don't know how my brain be jumping back and forth between silliness and seriousness. I don't know. It's a mystery. I had people tell me back in the day, who know me and hang around me, they say, and then go to class with me. They say it's like I become a different person when I teach. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like extra silly outside of teaching and stuff. Still walking this walk, still in this word, but just silly. You know what I'm saying? But I can chill a little bit because we got the Gideons and the younger generations. I'll let y'all have that. I can't get too crazy with y'all, man, because I gotta keep still an example. And they know, like Jeff and Kevin J, they know how silly I can get, and Keanu, they know how I can turn it up. Got to be entertaining with it. They to call me on my job, Cedric the Entertainer. Everybody called me that. You follow what I'm saying? So Gideon said we're good to go, so we're finna get this thing popping. Can everybody see me, by the way? I turned my camera on. Can everybody see me? Am I visible? You see me, Jeff?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thank you, man.
Yes, sir. Mr. Samuels is in the house. Mr. Cedric, as y'all call me. Y'all better rock my Mr. Cedric shirts when they come out, too. You know what I'm saying? All y'all promoting and supporting the name, calling me that when the merch drop, y'all better rock it. Anybody ask y'all why you wear it, just say it's because it's Mr. Cedric. That's all you tell them. No other explanation required. Just Mr. Cedric. Right? Well, we're going to get this thing started. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of The Absolute Truth. This is the Bible study that focuses on the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth concerning the Word of God, while leaving out all personal opinions, speculations, and beliefs. I'm Brother Joshua, and today, reading for me is one of my all-time favorite readers. He is an absolute Bible Truth University graduate, a day one-ish member of ABT, and last and definitely not least, a bona fide baptizer. This is the one, the only Brother Jeff. Go ahead, Jeff.
Shalom, peace and shalom, brother. Thanks for that introduction. Most definitely honor and a privilege to, have two under my belt. I love being used as a vessel by the Most High, but nevertheless, I'm glad to be back on the scene. Peace to the elders, teachers, and students, and just waiting to get this on. It looks like it's going to be a interesting class.
Praise God, praise God. God willing, that will be how it turns out. And of course, we appreciate you reading for us today and any and all input that you may have. And you're going to have something to say about this one. And also in the ranks, this is a teacher in his own. He's also an absolute Bible Truth University graduate. He does Sabbath study himself every week, right before we jump on here, right? So if you're interested in trying to get in with Kevin J, like before this class starts or whatever, so you just get a double dosage, double helping of this word, just hit him up in the DM. And if it's something can be arranged, if you can be, a part of it, he'll let you know. This is the one, the only Kevin J. Go ahead, brother.
Shabbat shalom, everybody. Shabbat shalom. It's good to be here as always, man. Again, loose lips. Don't know where you're going, but I'm sure it's going to be interesting. It's good to see everybody, and all praise to everybody out there, man. And thanks, obviously, for allowing me to help you get this word out, man. We know you got the truth, and we're just trying to push it, trying to push it out there with you, man. That's all we're trying to do here.
Praise God, praise God. Trying to change lives one Sabbath class at a time, one Bible study at a time with the Mint Ministry. And speaking of the Mint Ministry, I meant to let y'all know that also on the stage is the ABT stenographer. She is the matriarch of the Simmons family. This is Sister Keanu, aka Neo. Go ahead, sister.
That was cute. Shabbat shalom, everybody. I'm glad y'all are here. We saw some new faces this week. Praise God. I pray that y'all
Praise
continue to
God.
join us during the week for our weekly Bible studies at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time every Monday through Friday. Nonetheless, let's get into this lesson today.
Praise God. And shout out to the person in the chat that said minty fresh. I like that. You follow what I'm saying? Minty fresh, because that's what it is, right? Because we don't stink over here. And I got a class about, aromatherapy. The Bible has something to say about that too. We teach about if it's in the Bible, sooner or later, God willing, we're gonna get around to it. Right. And shout out to the Simmons family in general, with the leader, the head, Tommy X. You follow what I'm saying? They got the mom and pop style Bible study going on. And so got to include the children. The children tune in too. They be on camera and all that stuff too. So that's a Bible based family. You follow what I'm saying? The true embodiment of a nuclear family. I love to see it. I tell people all the time, it's two things I like about this ministry or like to see in the ministry. I like to see a man and his wife teaching this word together in front of everybody. And I like the children to be present as well. Like I tell y'all if when y'all call in and I can just hear the baby in the background, like that never bothered me. People get on here, man, excuse my baby in the background. That's music to my ears. I love when y'all get on here and I hear children or babies sitting right up under y'all. That's like a blessing to me. I love to hear it. That means that that's a youngin that one day, God willing, will grow up in this thing as well. So if you got any babies and you get on stage, don't be like, baby, hold this while I get on the mic. Now let them sit right there, make some noise, fussy or not. You follow what I'm saying? That is a blessing, right? That means you chose to keep it, right? But the title of today's class is Loose Lips. Yep, pretty straightforward title. Again, today's class is titled Loose Lips, right? And a lot of y'all is probably familiar with the saying loose lips sink ships. Y'all have heard that before. And this is kind of the direction I'm going in it with this particular title. But I decided to do this particular class because, as many of you know, last week we did a class titled Who's in Your Ear, where we focus on who we allow to give us advice or counseling, whether officially or unofficially. And I feel like we learned a lot. I feel like I got an overwhelmingly positive reaction to that study. I did not know that many people would, be edified on a personal level about the importance of counseling. And now we see in our everyday lives how important this stuff is, and also how it's not really talked about in the church, right? See, rather than just complain about what the church doesn't do, I also like to do it myself. It's easy for somebody to sit around and say, the church don't do this, church don't do that. They don't teach this, they don't teach that. And it's true. So I step in and I teach it. It's not enough just to identify what people are not doing. You have to do it, right? So I was very happy on how good of a response I got to that particular class. So I said, we need to step it up a notch because we touched on this a little bit. We talked about a little bit how people go on social media and they just trauma dump. They just put all their business out there. And I'm going to show y'all today that not only is that stupid, yes, I use the word stupid. I use the S word a lot. Not only is that stupid, but it's also another S word, a sin. Because I'm going to show you that we got to not only control what we say, but how much we say stuff. We need to control the quantity, not just the quality, but the quantity of what we say. In layman's terms, we need to stop talking too much. a lot of us talk too much. And when I say talk too much, I do a Sabbath class every Saturday, and I talk for 3 hours doing class and then doing Q&A. I'm running my mouth, for another 4 or 5 hours sometimes. That's not what we mean when we say talk too much, right? You can read in the Bible that when the children of Israel came up out of Babylonian captivity and they were rebuilding the temple, it says they read the law from morning to evening, from sun up to sundown. That means somebody had to be there reading that and elaborating on it. That's a lot of talking. So I don't want people to walk out of here thinking, I need to just try to keep it under 800 words whenever I have a conversation with somebody. I'm not trying to monitor the amount of talking you do. That's not what this class is about. When we say talking too much, what we are referring to is when you say something that you didn't have to say that can get you in trouble or that can self-sabotage. You'd be surprised how many of us talk ourselves out of blessings because we don't know when to shut up. We don't use the terminology TMI anymore. People like, oh, too much information. We need to start telling people that. We should have been telling a lot of people that. People want to get on social media and they just want to tell it all. They talk about everything. They want everybody in their business. They want you to keep up with every aspect of their lives, right? See, I come from a time period, and in the Bible, the way they function, people guarded their secrecy. See, knowing somebody's personal stuff on a personal level, that's a privilege. You follow what I'm saying? Everybody should not know your business like that. And y'all tell it all, right? I mean, everything. There are people on social media, I am not lying because y'all watch this stuff too. I know the layout of their entire home because they'll walk around with a camera and just walk you through their entire home. I know your whole home layout. I should not know your whole home layout, the interior of it, if I've never even met you. You follow what I'm saying? Right? We are too open about our personal business. And ironically, we'll jump up and be the first people. Why are you being nosy? Right? You overshare and then call people nosy. Right? And we don't even know that we got loose lips. You talk too freaking much. And I'm going to show you when it says you talk too much, it's also talking about, in some cases, just the quantity, the amount of talking you're doing. You got to know when just to shut up. Stop talking yourself into trouble. We do it. I'm going to give y'all an example of it. A lot of wisdom scriptures, because I know y'all love this stuff. A lot of wisdom scriptures. But we need to know this stuff. And I can tell that the church, when you're coming up, if you're a Christian, y'all have to understand something. And I want to point this out to you. When you're coming up, if you grew up in the church, you really have two sets of parents. I didn't say two parents. I said two sets of parents. The first set, obviously, is your actual mother and father or whoever raised you, right? But your second set of parents is the church. The minister, the deacons, and whoever else influences you. Those are your two sets of parents. Those are your two teachers, your parents and your church. So when I see younger people come up in this world and they jump on social media and they're just telling all their business, and even older people, I say your parents failed you twice. Your pastor failed you and your parents failed you. Because somebody should have told you, look, you don't supposed to be putting all your business out there. You talk too much. You overshare. TMI, brother, too much information. And that's all social. That's why it's called social media. You're doing a lot of socializing. And there's nothing wrong with that. But there's just certain things I shouldn't know about you if I don't know you. That's just a fact. And I've had people come on here and, I just say they didn't know any better. And they try to dig all into my personal affairs. Like, yo, that's none of your business. I've seen videos that, people were attacking Gideon, young and old, And the questions they were throwing at him in the video, which to his credit, he never even responded to because it ain't worth his time or attention. But they just be asking these questions like, why do you do this? And what? I'm like, you don't even know this man. Just because you have loose lips don't mean he or us. You have to guard your privacy because it's precious. If something is not special, then it's not precious. Precious means it's rare. It means you hardly ever see it. You hardly have access to it. That's what makes anniversaries special. They don't happen every day. That's what makes God's holy days special. They don't happen every day. That's what makes the Sabbath special. You're a Christian, say all the time, every day is my Sabbath. So you rest every day? You take off from work every day? You have a holy convocation every day? Because God said he made the Sabbath day holy. When the Bible says something is holy, that means it is special. It is unique. You can't throw it in with everything else. So the truth is with the people who have access to your life. That's why they call it VIP. You ever been to a club before? You want to go to a certain area that's off limits to the rest of the people? What do they call that? VIP, very important person. If the whole club is VIP, then none of the club is VIP. That makes it special. So nobody is special if you're just telling all your business to everybody. You have loose lips. You talk too much. And we need to stop that. I'm trying to bring y'all back to old school, the way I grew up, and even older school, which is how they did it in the Bible. Because these parents and these pastors are failing y'all miserably. That's why I keep saying hashtag fire your pastor. Some of y'all pastors should have been fired decades ago. You shouldn't even know them. They should have been fired before you even came in this world. So we're going to get this started first at Ecclesiastes. That's after Proverbs. We're going to read chapter 5. And we're going to read verses 2 and 3. I want y'all to understand this. People overshare. People know all your business. And y'all know what they say. Once it's on the internet, it's forever. You can never scrub the internet clean. Y'all know that, right? Might be able to get something off the internet, but somebody has downloaded it or copied it. They have it somewhere. There are people out there with old videos that I did that I don't even have anymore because hard drives crashed, computers broke, all that stuff. I don't even have that stuff. And then I go on internet, go on YouTube, and somebody don't uploaded it, and they, I ain't mad about it because they doing it in a positive way. I'm like, dang, I don't even have these videos anymore. But y'all got loose lips. You talk too much. And y'all got to let people know. I can't let you all the way in. I don't know you like that. If you don't know the basics of stuff you shouldn't be talking to people about, you shouldn't be telling people it's not their business when it pertains to your sex life, to how much money you make, right? Or specifically, why you choose to do the things you do. You don't owe people any explanations. And this social media stuff have you walking around feeling like you are obligated to tell people your personal business. I tell people none of your business in a minute. That ain't your business. The internet don't change the rules of etiquette. How many times I got to say that? You think that because we own the internet, the rules of life change? If you can't go up to a stranger in real life and start asking him all these sensitive questions about his life, then what makes you think it's okay if you do it on social media? You follow what I'm saying? So we're going to start this again. Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verses 2 and 3. When you get there, Brother Jeff, read, please.
Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 2. Be not rash with thy mouth, and let not thy heart be hasty to utter anything before God. For God is in heaven, and thou upon earth. Therefore, let thy words be few.
So he said, this is Solomon. Be not rash with your mouth. That means don't be quick with your mouth. Don't be so quick to say something. If this is your first time in this room and you've only been here 30 seconds, and I'm talking about literally your first time, you really need to pay attention to this. Because some of y'all, as soon as you open the door, you in here talking. You running your mouth. You got something to say as soon as you walk in the room. The only thing you should ever say as soon as you enter any room, whether real or virtual, should be greeting the people. Hello, how y'all doing? After that, you quietly sit down and you listen. Some of y'all, as soon as y'all walk in the room, well, hey, what y'all talking about? Does he believe the Trinity? What do y'all believe? Sit down. Shh. Quiet. That's what it's saying. Don't be hasty, right? Rash, quick with your mouth, and let not your heart be hasty to utter anything before God. That means in the presence of God, right? For God is in heaven and you upon earth. Therefore, let your words be few. Jeff, how many times have you ever heard somebody in a church or on social media tell you that you're standing in the presence of God, you need to let your words be few?
Never heard that.
But this is right here in the word. And this, if you keep reading, it gets more specific when it comes to vows. You follow what I'm saying? And oaths. But notice it said, let your words be few, right? We had somebody in here last week said they believe that every church is ordained by God. That would include us too. If you believe that, that's false. But if you do, that would include us too. So that means when you go into the house of God, you are in the presence of God, right, Jeff?
Yes, sir.
If they believe that, and if you do believe that, why aren't you letting your words be few? So y'all love to talk about this is ordained and this is holy. But how come when y'all enter, you ain't letting your words be few? Why do you enter running your mouth? Why are your lips so loose upon opening the door? It's right here in the Bible. We're going to go Old Testament, New Testament, Apocrypha. It's all over. Loose lips, they sink ships. And a lot of y'all have sunken your own ships because you talk too much. You put your business out there. You put other people's business out there. But keep reading, Jeff.
Verse 3.
Verse 3. Mm-hmm.
For a dream cometh through the multitude of business, and a fool's voice is known by a multitude of words.
It said, for a dream cometh through the multitude of business, meaning if you do something a lot or think about something a lot, you're likely to dream about it. We've all had that happen before. Whatever you're thinking about a lot, you're likely going to dream about it. It could be working. It could be somebody just died and it's on your mind and you dream about them, right? That will influence your dreams, right? But then it said, and a fool's voice is known by multitude of words. Do y'all know what that means? What do you think that means, Jeff, when it says a fool's voice is known by multitude of words? What do you think that means, Kevin J, Gideon, Keanu? What do y'all think that means? I'll come off your mics if you want to. When it says a fool's
People
voice
talking
is
too
known
much.
by you said what? Kevin J?
People talking too much is how I kind of feel.
But notice what it said though. And both of y'all are right, by the way. But notice what type of person did it give this characteristic to? A fool. And if you look up the word fool in the Bible, which we've done before, like in the Hebrew and the Greek, it means somebody who's stupid. We've already looked up the word before. So what is it saying is stupid people are known for talking too much. That's what this is saying. Right? Make sure you unmute yourself, Kevin J. You heard me, Kevin J? You got a hot mic. There you go. He got it. That's what this is saying. Stupid people talk too much. But let me show y'all how this reads in another translation. We're going to read Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 3 in the Good News Bible, the GNB. Because we don't get taught this stuff. And I know we're not being taught it because I see people doing it. See, y'all have to understand when you see people who claim to be Christians and Jews and Muslims, they claim they belong to any faith. And you see them doing stuff that goes against the tenets of their faith. Either these people are fake or their teachers are not showing them this stuff, right? But Keanu, when you get that, just verse 3, Good News Bible GNB, read that, please.
The more you worry, the more likely you are to have bad dreams. And the more you talk, the more likely you are to say something foolish.
It said, the more you worry, like I was telling y'all earlier, if you're thinking about something, if it's on your mind, the more likely you are to have bad dreams. And the more you talk, the more likely you are to say something foolish. That's what Gideon said earlier. Loose lips, y'all. The more you talk, the more likely you are to say something foolish or stupid or dumb. And everybody got something to say upon arrival. Not 30, 40 minutes sitting there quietly listening. Upon arrival, you're talking non-stop. How many people have we had to mute? Because as soon as they came in the chat room, they're running their mouths. Why didn't they let their words be few? Because God is in heaven and they are on earth. Why didn't they do that? That's what Solomon said we're supposed to do. Because they're not being taught this. They're not being taught this. They talk too much. Their lips are very loose. They have a big mouth. They always got something to say, even though they just arrived. You just got here. How can you weigh in on anything and you just showed up? How? It has nothing to do with the topic. It doesn't matter what we're talking about. You just got loose lips. You talk too much. And that's the characteristics of a fool. That's why I be calling these people idiots when they come in here. Oh, he's harsh. He's calling them idiots. No, I'm not calling them idiots. Not me directly. The Bible calls them idiots. And when I see people do stuff that the Bible labels a certain thing, I'm going to label them the same thing because I believe the Bible. Just like when the Bible calls homosexuality an abomination, that means something that God hates. That means something God is disgusted by. So if I say homosexual people, the act of what they're doing is disgusting to me. It makes me sick to my stomach. Feel that way because God feels that way. That's how he told me to feel about it. So when somebody does stuff that the Bible describes as stupid, foolish, idiotic, that's what I'm going to call people. That's how I know people not really reading the Bible. You can't even call a spade anymore. Oh, that's pretty harsh. Hell is harsh. Somebody tell me something that's harsher than hell. Anybody? Anybody can think of something harsher than hell? I didn't think so. There's nothing harsher than hell. Better Brother Josh be harsh on you and you get in the kingdom, or Brother Josh spare your feelings and you go to hell. That's why I tell y'all, stop letting people get in their feelings and try to, manipulate you on how to move and operate with them. I am very direct because the Bible is direct. The Bible doesn't have a rating system on, like in America, we got like a rating system. So this G, PG, mature audiences only. Bible don't got that. Y'all ever notice how the Bible don't censor anything? It just say it. Anybody ever notice that?
Yes. No
Bible don't
emotion.
have a rating system. What'd you say, Jeff?
I said no emotion at all when dealing with the instruction in the Bible. It's really direct.
Exactly. It uses a few euphemisms, but euphemism is part of any culture. But it don't censor anything. Still tell you straight up. Right? So that's how I am. You come in here, quick to speak, rash to say something. The Bible calls people who do that and got a lot of stuff to say, calls them fools. Look it up in the Hebrew. It means stupid. Another synonym for that is idiot. That's why I call people that. He called me an idiot. You are an idiot. You're behaving like what the Bible calls an idiot. I'm going to call you what that is. Somebody should have told you a long time ago, you're an idiot. You're a moron. People need to be told that sometimes. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. But let's move on. Still in Ecclesiastes. Let's go to chapter 10. People come in, with their feelings and stuff, man. Loose lips. Soon as you come in, talking, judging, right? Even if I went somewhere and I heard somebody say something and I just knew in my heart it was wrong, I'm still going to be like, well, let me see where he's going with this. Maybe I heard it out of context. I don't know. Maybe he's repeating something that somebody else said. Many times some people came in here and I was echoing what somebody else said, just repeating it. And they came in, they thought I was saying that. I was like, I'm not saying I'm saying that. Oh, okay. Had you sat there for, 5 seconds, instead of being rash with your mouth, you would have known that. Your lips too loose. I'll never forget, Jeff, y'all gonna think I'm lying about this. I was in the 3rd grade, maybe the 2nd. And I'll never forget, I had a little, because, I got hyper amnesia. That's like when you just remember stuff like it happened yesterday.
Wow.
Right? It was a kid in my class named was LaRon Littman. And, I grew up in the 80s. So, they could get away with stuff that you couldn't possibly do now as a teacher. And this kid used to talk so much. The teacher literally, I am not lying, y'all. Believe me if you want to or not. The teacher literally duct taped his mouth shut. She said, don't you take it off. She literally duct taped, he in that class, he wanted to say something. She duct taped his mouth shut. You can't do anything like that today. That'd be child abuse, get fired. She duct taped his mouth shut. She didn't get fired. So I grew up in the 80s. Anybody who grew up in the 80s, they'll tell you, boy, the 80s didn't play. Especially for young boys, right? We played with G.I. Joes, Tonka trucks. Tonka trucks were made out of actual metal. They had to recall them and start making them out of plastic because boys were getting hurt on them things. They were made out of metal. Somebody pick up a Tonka truck and go inside your head with it, you are out cold. No cap. They were trying to toughen us up. We had G.I. Joe. They're trying to teach boys to be manly. Join the military. American Hero. Transformers. As soon as you turn the show on, they shooting at each other. You go back and watch the old 80s Transformers movie now as an adult. You go like, they were some gangsters. They stayed fighting. Right? We grew up in a more tough era for kids, especially for little boys. Right? Nowadays, y'all are getting so soft that nobody can even tell you you're being. When I grew up, the teachers would call us straight up stupid. If we were being stupid, not because of how we were performing in school. They didn't call us stupid for that. The way we were acting. They call us straight up stupid. Go on, tell your mama I said it. Bring up, I'll tell your mama you stupid. We used to get whoopings in school, Jeff. We used to get spankings in school when I was coming up.
And the thing
I'm not even playing.
We got over it. They ain't traumatized us. And you know what I'm saying?
Ain't traumatized me. You follow what I'm saying? I grew up in the era where you got 2 whoopings. One at school, got home, got whooped again. You know what I'm saying? Teacher, if mama got to come up to the school, she mad. Shoot, y'all watch wrestling, they tagging each other in and out, whooping your behind. You know what I'm saying? Your teacher, wow. Yeah, okay, then your mama come in. You know what I'm saying? They doing double team wrestling move whoopings on you and stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's the generation I grew up in. Nowadays, you can't even tell a child, you came in last place. So that's what I'm saying. Like, when people do stuff that's idiotic, I'm going to tell you that. So I hope it hurts your feelings, because hurt feelings motivate change. You don't ever want to feel that way again. That's what it does. That was stupid. The Bible calls you stupid. God didn't care about your feelings, so I'm not. Don't be coming in here running off at the mouth with those loose lips as soon as you get in here. That's what that said. It plainly says that we're supposed to keep our words few. But check this out. Like I said, Ecclesiastes 10, 12 to 14. Because Solomon had a lot to say about this. When you get there, Jeff, read, please, good sir.
Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 12. The words of a wise man's mouth are gracious, but the lips of a fool will swallow up himself.
Now I want y'all to pay attention to this. It said the words of a wise man's mouth are gracious, but the lips of a fool will swallow up himself. How big do your lips have to be, Jeff, to swallow you whole?
Oh, yeah, that's a large mouth, brother.
And we ain't talking about no collagen. You follow what I'm saying? So what this is saying, you have a big mouth that your whole lips swallow you whole. But there's another meaning here too, because if your lips are swallowing you whole, that means you're being devoured by the things that you say. Right? Y'all got loose lips, and apparently they're real big lips. Y'all got these collagen injection loose lips. Them suckers are huge. Right? But continue.
Verse 13. The beginning of the words of his mouth is foolishness, and the end of his talk is mischievous madness.
It said the beginning of the words of his mouth, talking about the fool, is foolishness. And the end of his talk is mischievousness, madness. Madness means crazy, y'all. Craziness. Y'all know that, right? So one of the characteristics of somebody with loose lips is that they do a lot of talking about crazy stuff that don't make any sense. How much of that did we see after the election when people jumped online who supported Kamala? How much, a lot of talking and all this madness coming out? Chat room, how much of that did we see? We saw a lot of that, didn't we? Right? Craziness. Too much of it. I guarantee you 80 to 90% of all these people jumped online talking like that, they go to some kind of church. They believe in some kind of Christianity. Guarantee you that. But they jumped online, running their mouths, talking madness with them fat, loose lips. Mouth so big, swallow yourself up. Solomon would low-key roasted people. Like your lips so big, you can swallow yourself. You follow what I'm saying? He was saying their mouth is big. And that's what we like to do. We like to talk too much. Watch what he says in the next verse. Read, please.
Before we go on, and it's funny in a different setting. Before we go on, it's funny in a different setting. At work, I work for Public Utilities Electric Company, and in the shop you got like the techs on the outside, and then on the inside you got the female clerks or whatever. And the guys go over there and run game, and they're over there talking every day. And I would tell them, hey, you friend zoning yourself, man. Add a little mystery to it, man, and stay where you got to be over there talking all the time, and you might get it. But it's just funny that situation I see every day at work.
They sink in their own ship.
Yes, sir.
Because their mouths are too big, swallowed up by your own lips. You got them collagen injection lips. You follow what I'm saying? But read the next verse, please.
Verse 14. A fool also is full of words. A man cannot tell what shall be, and what shall be after him. Who can tell him?
It said a fool also is full of words. A man cannot tell what shall be and what shall be after him. Who can tell him? That means a man don't know what the future may hold. But it said a fool is full of words. Are y'all starting to notice a trend here? That the Bible is letting you know that fools are known for running their mouths, talking about a whole bunch of nothing, a bunch of madness. That's what I see on social media, especially after this election. Women jump on there, oh, it's racism. That's how Trump got elected. But people from all walks of life voted for Trump, all races, both genders. How's it racism? It's misogyny. A large demographic of white women voted for Trump. So how can you say it's misogyny against Kamala? Women voted for Trump. You can't say that it was misogyny that was against Kamala when a lot of women voted for Trump. They got all these videos of just running their mouths, but it's madness, craziness, insanity. And they're just on there just running their mouth, not even talking about, and even people in the comment section can see they're doing a lot of talking, they ain't even saying anything. That's what a lot of people do. See, one of the quotes from my book, I had to throw that plug in there, Jeff. One of the quotes from my book is, a wise man doesn't like to hear himself talk. You follow what I'm saying? Wise man don't like to hear himself talk. Fools do, though. These people just like to hear themselves talk. They're not talking about anything. It's madness. It doesn't even make any sense. Craziness doesn't make sense. Have we all seen that? Y'all tell me on the stage, in the chat, have y'all gone on social media, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and seen all this madness that people are saying in a bunch of videos, and it makes no sense? Well, let Brother Josh come out and do a video and call all them stupid. Oh, he's judging them. He's mean. That's not Christian to call people stupid, even though Paul and Jesus both call people stupid. That's what fool means. Look it up. All throughout the Bible calls people stupid. We just, in this society today, when we use the word fool, we don't use it the same way they used it back then. But it just means somebody who's stupid. That's all it means. But all of this madness, it said a fool is full of words. That means they do a lot of talking, but it's not about anything. It doesn't even make sense. This is what Solomon is trying to tell you. That's why when people come up in here, and I'm like, first of all, you're being hasty, you're being rash with your mouth. You just got here and you're full of words. You're spamming up the chat. And that's why I call you an idiot. You're supposed to know better. You are a Christian. A Christian supposed to know when you enter into any environment for the first time where somebody is talking. You need to first listen, and you need to let your words be few when you start talking. But they do the opposite. They come in, what y'all talking about? First of all, they too stupid to even read the title at the top of the room. It's like you go into college and you walk through a door saying big old black letters, Psychology 101. You walk through the door. Oh, what room is this? You didn't see it on the door? So you already know you're dealing with an idiot if they walk into a room where the title of the room is literally on the front door. And they walk in, they say, what room is this? What's the topic? Right there at the top. Gideon sends out a alert every time we do this. It tells everybody what the title gonna be. He even adds a graphic to it sometimes, like, for the real slow people, who need shapes and colors to catch their attention. He even add graphics to it. Some idiot still walking here. What y'all talking about? Hey, how much plainer can we make it? Is then y'all gonna have to start taking out puppets? Today's title is loose lips. Yes, loose. I mean, how much we gotta dumb it down? Like seriously. And they still don't have, like, come on, but I can't say nothing about that. No, I'm gonna say something about it. You're an idiot. You're a moron. You see it right there in the title. You ain't even got to click on it. If you're on Discord, you know how I have in the column, it tells you in the column what people are talking about. So I know you see it before you click on it. I know you see it. I ain't never clicked on a room except by accident, and I didn't know what the room was talking about unless they didn't put a particular title up there. I've never done that. I don't see how anybody can even do that. But they don't read the name of the room, and they come in and they let them loose lips just be flapping. That's what they do. And they reveal that they are idiots. And then I bring them up on the stage and I get to talking to them and they can't even answer simple questions. But this is a type of stupidity that is chosen. They choosing to be stupid. We got to be smart, y'all. Y'all need to be taught this. This is not just Bible stuff. Y'all gonna see that this apply to everyday life. You got to learn to control your tongue. You got to learn when enough is enough. Right? You got to keep a lot of stuff to yourself. Don't nobody supposed to know everything about you. Some of y'all share your personal business so much, I know how to take you out if I needed to. I know where you're going to be at. You be on social media, got the map up there. Sister such and such is at Walmart right now. Anybody looking for her, checking for her, they know exactly where to pull up on her. I want everybody to know where they are at all times. Get on social media. Yeah, I got a deadly allergy to this particular food or vegetable or whatever. If I wanted to get you, I could just slip something in there and it can take you out.
That's true.
You're revealing your own weaknesses and whereabouts. But you talk too much. Y'all have to understand, man, mystery is an advantage. You don't ever let anybody know too much. People don't like the Secret Service. You know, what are they hiding? They're doing exactly what they're supposed to do. A lot of stuff that the government do. Let's just keep it a buck. It ain't none of our business. Why everybody want to jump on social media? There's a conspiracy. They're doing this. A lot of stuff they do, it ain't really no concern to us. I just care about if they running this country right or not and doing right by the citizens. That's all I care about. A lot of stuff we be trying to check for is really none of our business. You got to be careful who you let in your circle. You divulge your deepest, most intimate secrets with people, thinking they're gonna take it to the grave. No. Second they get pissed, all your business out there. You got to watch those loose lips. I'm gonna show y'all this is everyday life stuff. I like to teach y'all stuff that the second we end it, we pray at the end. After Q&A, we pray, we talk, then we leave. The second you click off, you need to be able to apply what I taught you today in your actual life. This ain't a feel-good session where I bring y'all in here every week. Yes, you're supposed to feel good about the word. It's supposed to empower you. Yes. No matter what we're talking about, it can be something bad or good. You're supposed to still feel good that you heard it and learned about it. But it don't just supposed to make you feel good. Anything I teach y'all, you should be able to immediately apply in your everyday life for your own betterment. Otherwise, what are you doing? Why are you here? I'm entertaining, but I'm not just or mainly entertaining. I'm mainly educating. And this is one of those classes where y'all need to learn, man, add some mystery to your life. Keep them wondering. Keep them guessing. Stop talking so much. I don't have to tell my son that before. That's natural. He grown up like, Johnny, come on now, that's too much. Stop telling everybody everything. Right? I had to teach him. I call him, he put me on speakerphone. Just automatic. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I call, I can hear, how you can sometimes tell me you on speakerphone just behind sound. I call, like, you got me on speakerphone? First couple of times I ain't say anything, but I noticed that he always did around a lot of people. I got stuff I want to talk to you that I only want you to hear. Take me off a speakerphone. And when he did it around me, when his mom or somebody else called, he was around me, I said, take them off a speakerphone. This is just little basic stuff that we don't even think about. Y'all remember this generation right here? Yeah, oh, I'm just here, holding the phone up like this. Y'all know what I'm talking about? They on speakerphone. There are even people, and y'all know I'm not lying, who got their phone hooked up to the Bluetooth in their vehicle, and you can hear everything they talking about through the speakers. I am not lying. Let me know on the stage if y'all ever heard that before or witnessed that. Let me know in the chat. Have y'all ever witnessed that?
No
Y'all
doubt.
tell me. Y'all tell me if I'm tripping or not. Y'all don't seen it? I'm listening to your whole conversation in stereo. You bumping your conversation through the neighborhood. It used to be you bumping just loud music through the neighborhood. Now you bumping your whole conversation. Right? Giving out all your information. It's stuff I don't hear. Like, I just be sitting there just listening. I ain't trying to ear hustle. I ain't trying to eavesdrop. It ain't eavesdropping if they shouting, y'all. Do everybody agree with that? It's not eavesdropping if they're shouting. It's not eavesdropping if they got it turned all the way up for everybody to hear. I don't got to put my ear up against the wall. It's coming through the wall. You follow what I'm saying? Loose lips. I know so many people business around me and I don't even know their name. I know what you and your girl was arguing about last night. I can hear everything. I don't even know your name. We got to get back to that mystery, y'all. That wonderment, right? Let's move on. We stopped at verse 14, right? Cool. Let's turn to Proverbs. That's the thing, man. Social media got people just telling all their business. And y'all sisters really need to learn this. Not because you as a sister, I don't want y'all to think I'm just trying to single y'all out. Not because you talk a lot, but because sisters tend to like to pry into each other's business more than men do. You're not just voluntarily sharing, in other words. So y'all sisters got to be extra careful because sisters like to dig. You follow what I'm saying? They want to know everything. Some of y'all wondering how your man end up smashing your best friend because you told your best friend how good he is in bed.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all know we don't censor anything up in here. You telling her in graphic detail how your man get down in the bedroom, and she on there like, for real? And she'll go right to your man, yo, she told me, man, you do all this stuff. That true? And he like, well, come over and find out. You follow what I'm saying? You tell them stuff. You get new stuff in your house, and you go out in the streets and you brag to everybody about what you got, and then you wonder why a couple of weeks later somebody done broke in your house. You're telling everybody those loose lips, man. I'm telling y'all, we'll be thinking about stuff like this, right? See, I'm that counselor, y'all. I'm that guy on your shoulder. I'm that guy. Shh, Jeff. No, Jeff. No, that's Josh. I'm just using Jeff as an example because he's the reader. Jeff know what time it is.
No, I used to do that, especially my first time going to Vegas. I was posting all my pictures, man. And then, once I got a little older and wiser, like, man, you letting everybody know you ain't home, man.
Exactly. Everybody know the dude gone. You follow what I'm saying? We put all our business out there. So I be trying to tell y'all, sisters, man, if you got a good man, right? If you got a good man and you got a friend, there's nothing wrong with you telling your friend about your life, and your man. I ain't saying don't tell her nothing. But y'all be, going into detail and, she over there single. And you wondering why you walk in there and she in the bed with him. They don't need to know certain stuff. Don't let your mouth be your downfall. My lips are sealed, right? A lot of people want to try to debate me, not just because they want glory, not just because they want to be able to say they beat me, but because they're trying to get me to reveal myself. A lot of people want to talk to you because they want to be in your business. You understand what I'm saying? They want to know you. They want to be all up in your business, man. They on some real stalker stuff. Y'all better understand that. I tell you whatever you want to know about me if you're willing to pay me. If you want to get in my business, you got to invest in my business. Josh, what you eat for breakfast this morning? Throw $50 in my Cashapp. I'll tell you everything I ate. And I'll tell you how many times I chewed before I swallowed. You know what I'm saying? You start charging people for that nosiness. Watch how nosy they stop being. Watch how nosy they stop being. Right? That's going to cost you. And even that might not work sometimes because some people, they'll pay it. I got to be careful. Don't y'all know? Jeff will tell you. Nautical will tell you. Keanu will tell you. Y'all do know. Do y'all remember when I first started talking about I was going to do counseling sessions? I was half joking. Even about the amount. I was half joking, Jeff. I don't know if I ever told you that, but you was on stage with me when I was talking about on Clubhouse. I was half joking. I wasn't serious about it. Like, I was just like, yeah, I need to start doing counseling. I'm going to have to start charging y'all $120 an hour. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all need some counseling. Half joking. I'm just running my mouth loosely. Until somebody hit me up in my Cashapp and like, when can we do this counseling session? I'm like, oh, crap, I was just playing. Then that particular, situation, it ended up being a positive thing. But I was just running my mouth. I wasn't even really serious about it. And see, people will hear you saying stuff, and they'll take you seriously. I'm just telling y'all, man, like, we talk too much. I've done it. I've had people to pull me to the side. Shh, Josh, when I was young, so don't feel bad. It's not like, y'all got to understand, when I tell y'all stuff, I don't want y'all to think I came into the world knowing this. Like, y'all listen to me like, dang, he wise. Dude, I had to learn this stuff. Just because I teach it like it's always been the case. No, I had to learn too. I learned the hard way. Don't tell people stuff. Don't do nothing that they don't need to know. That's a need to know basis, and you don't need to know. Don't tell nobody about how much money you making. Because they're going to do one or two things. They're going to either try to steal it or they're going to try to borrow it. Right? Let them come to you and ask for help, and you just like, if I can, I got you. If I can't, I'll give you what I can. But when you put out there, oh, I'm big time balling. Okay, then you're going to get a big time ask for some money. Or somebody going to try to catch you slipping because they're going to think you loaded like that. We put too much of our info out there. You got to move in silence. I told y'all that. I told you if you move in silence, you hear everything. Moving in silence means you're not talking, don't it, Jeff?
Yes, sir.
Right? Y'all got these loose lips. I'm trying to protect y'all. They didn't need to know that. Too much information. Cringe. Just say that, cringe. Like, you ever seen somebody put out so much information that we need to know, it just a cringe moment. You follow what I'm saying? This is where we at, though. We in Proverbs chapter 10, 19. You know, I tell it like it, Jeff. Kevin J. I tell it like it is, don't I?
That's why we here.
That's why y'all here, man. I don't cut any corners. I don't care about anybody's feelings. I don't even care about some stuff I don't say like, dang, that hurt my feelings. I even said it out loud. Dang, that hurt me. I don't hurt me say that before, ain't you, Jeff? I be teaching. Like, dang, that hurt me. Still kept on talking about it. I don't care who feelings I hurt. I don't care who get offended. I'm going to tell it like it is. And if you're really seeking the truth, you'll thank me later. You know what I'm saying? Preferably financially, but I'll accept just a verbal thank you if that's all you got. You know what I'm saying? Because, I'm trying to still get that bag. Keeping it real. Proverbs chapter 10, 19. Go ahead and read.
Proverbs chapter 10, verse 19. And the multitude of words that wanteth not sin, but he that refraineth his lips is wise.
Now, let me tell y'all something about the King James Version Bible that you may not have known. It's written in Old English. So when you see some words that have a certain meaning today, they didn't mean that back then. In the Bible, when it says wanteth, it often means lack, like you're lacking something, right? So when it says in the multitude of words, there lacketh no sin, what that is saying is the more people talk, the more they're likely to sin. There's going to be a lot of sin.
Mm-hmm.
Read it, please. Share it with us, please, Gideon. The CEB, what does it stand for? You will say the wrong thing if you talk too much. So be sensible and watch what you say. Loose lips. And you got people on social media, they uploading videos every day. And they're just talking about madness. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Just talking about madness. They are sabotaging themselves. This is what I'm here to do. I'm here to help. I told y'all last week, every Sabbath class is low-key a counseling session. No matter what I'm talking about, every Sabbath class is low-key a counseling session. I'm trying to help you in your everyday life. Yes, I want you to feel good and empowered and revived every Sabbath when it's over. I want you to feel good. It should always feel good, but I don't just want you to feel good. I want you to walk out of here saying, I learned something. I learned a better way to move. I learned how to keep my enemies in the dark. You want to keep your enemies in the dark, and you got enemies. We all do.
Right.
I don't want my enemy to know what I'm doing, where I am, or what's on my mind. We tell our enemies. You got guys right now on the internet beefing. Hey, I'm gonna be at such and such, bro. Pull up. And then they pull up, they don't be like, I'm here, the guy who you were beefing with on the internet. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to back and we're gonna take 10 paces and turn around and shoot. It ain't how guys pull up.
You got that right.
Right? You're gonna tell him where you at when he pull up. He's not gonna announce it unless you count the sounds of the bullets as an announcement. That is stupid. Mm-hmm. 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 That stuff can mess with your sanity, but you invite it with the constant talking that you put out there. Right? And like I said at the beginning of this class, I'm not saying that a lot of words in general is loose lips. Because like I said, I do 3-hour classes every week and then another 3 to 5 hours more of Q&A. That's a lot of time. That's a multitude of words. We're talking about you talking too much to the point where it gets you in trouble, causes you to sin, sabotage yourself. That's what we do. We got to stop this. Like I've heard about beefs and stuff. They be beefing online and they tell the person right where they going to be at. Or even if they don't tell them, they're on social media so much. I'm sorry, this is a alarm. Why is this even going? Hold on 1 second, y'all. There we go. Yeah, they be on social media so much that everybody know where they're gonna be at every time anyway. There's nothing wrong with it. Like if you're a celebrity and you're going to perform and talk, that's just the life. They got to know where you at so they can come pay to see you or whatever, right? But you beefing with somebody and you let everybody know where you're going to be. They'll just follow you there. And they'll just pull up. Even if you're not really beefing to the point where somebody is looking to kill you, they'll just pull up and like, yeah, what's up? They'll try to start something with you. Because you're telling everybody what you're doing and where you are at all times. You're putting too much of your business out there. You're getting yourself in trouble. And you also got to make sure you don't rock with somebody who got loose lips because they'll get you caught up too. You talk too much, bro. I can't roll with you, man. You talk too much. I'm not talking about snitching. I don't got a problem with snitches. The only people that hate snitches are criminals, and I'm not a criminal. I'm talking about somebody just putting your business out there. You follow what I'm saying? Some people can't hold secrets. They're gonna tell everybody. You'll be surprised how much some people know about your personal stuff because you told it to somebody and they went and told everybody else. Like, how you know that? I only told Jeff that. How you know that? Then what's messed up about it, the person who heard it, they didn't even hear from Jeff. So that means they heard it from somebody who Jeff told.
Right.
Y'all understand what I'm saying? Loose lips. We already did the class about who was in your ear. We did a class earlier in the year about being in people's business. Now we're doing, and I told y'all, I told y'all when I did the class about, being the busybodies and stuff, I told y'all I was going to do a class about the reverse of that, about us putting too much of our business out there. Y'all remember me making that promise, didn't y'all? We got around to it. We overshare. And in this age of information, it literally encourages you to have loose lips. You want to tell it all. These reality shows we watch, how do I know that? How do I know this guy right here? He was cheating on his wife, and his mistress want to move in, and all that. Like, why do we know all of that? Let's move on. Still in Proverbs. Let's go to chapter 17. Because it said in verse 19, it says, "But he that refraineth his lips is wise." You know what I mean to refrain your lips? Because it just told you in verse 19 in chapter 10, in the multitude of words, you won't lack any sin. It's going to be plenty of sin. The more you talk, the more sin going to be going on. But it said, he that refraineth his lips is wise. That means basically you know how to shut up. He's wise. They don't talk that much. Wise people don't talk a lot unless it's about the word of God. That's the only time you see Brother Josh with a multitude of words. And maybe if I'm playing a video game with you and talking trash. But other than that, I ain't got that much to say. You follow what I'm saying? Other than that, I ain't got that much to say. And I only do trash talking with people I know because people will pull up on you over video games. You follow what I'm saying? It's a lot of people laid out in the graveyard right now, man, because they had loose lips. You follow what I'm saying? This ain't just practical stuff. It can save your life. It can better your relationship. As Jeff was pointing out earlier, it can help you get that girl you want or that man you want.
That's right.
A lot of y'all sisters don't talk yourself out of a good man. Just talking too much. Just tell it all. Talk about your body count and everything. Look, if he ain't asking sister and you know you don't got back in the word and you trying to live right, if the man ain't asked you about your body count, don't tell him. You know what I'm saying? If he asks, then you tell him the truth if you know. But if he ain't asked about it and you in this word and you ain't out there like that no more, don't volunteer that information. Excuse me, you don't need to know that. You got women on social media, they, my body count, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking for a husband. Well, he didn't ask you all that. Now he's looking at you different. Y'all see what I'm saying? TMI, too much information. Right? I miss the good old days, military days. When somebody was gay, don't ask, don't tell. That's how I used to treat it when I was growing up. So they had this whole controversy about letting gays in the military. Me personally, I think a gay man can fire a gun just as well as a straight man. I don't care about his sexual orientation. I just want to know that if I'm in the trenches, will he be willing to shoot the enemy alongside of me, or is he gonna be in there worried about breaking a nail or something?
Mm-hmm.
If people like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I'm flamboyant, but I'm sick with this AK. Being cool. Jump in the trenches with me. You know, just keep your distance though. Don't be all up on me though, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, 5 feet, 5 feet rule. Okay, now you can shoot. We don't need to be laying in the trenches next to each other. Your leg, we on our stomach, your leg crossing my leg and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? See, y'all don't know nothing about that. Like when we were growing up and we had like a little crush on a girl or whatever, and we'd be laying on the floor next to her on our stomach, like watching TV or something. We'll like reach out our leg and we'll make our like in this case, it'll be my left leg and her right leg, and they'll kind of cross. You follow what I'm saying? So if you did that, that means that you know the girl like you or you like the girl because you know your legs are crossed, right? So if I'm in the trenches in the military, you know, and I'm like this with my gun, and the gay dude laying next to me, man, don't be crossing legs with me and stuff. You know, you need to be over there. You know, you can shoot. Don't be crossing legs with me, bro. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, yeah, no. What do you say, GDI? I thought he said something. He went right back on mute. Right? That's old school. Just make sure you shoot straight. You may not be straight, but your aim better be.
That's right.
You follow what I'm saying? That's how they did. They said, don't ask, don't tell. That's what they told them. Don't ask, don't tell. Right? Even in the military, with this whole gay thing, their whole point was, if we don't ask, don't tell us about it. Because they were like deciding on not letting gays in the military. Just don't tell people. You want to be in the military? Cool. Don't say nothing. Even if something is wrong and you don't like it, right? And you know the only way you can do it is if you don't say nothing. We ain't talking about lying by omission, meaning withholding information. It's just kind of like you one of them situations, yo, they don't care as long as you don't say anything. Then don't say anything. We sabotage ourselves. That's why I said a wise person refrain his lips. That's what he does. But we sabotage ourselves when we ain't even got to. Just shut up. Right? Well, like I said, Proverbs 17. I be trying to help y'all. And y'all appreciate it. My regulars, you know, my regular donors, my regular people who take the counseling sessions, they'll appreciate it. I know y'all do. So y'all know I ain't talking to y'all when I talk about like people who don't listen. Y'all definitely listen to this information and y'all apply it. You follow what I'm saying? But you got to know, man, and you got to use your own judgment. You got to be like, yo, all y'all young boys out here trying to, you know, riz up these girls. And y'all know when I say riz, I mean we only date for marriage over here. But just because your main goal is marriage still don't mean, I mean, it don't mean you can't have no riz. You still got to have riz to get the girl to marry her. I'm still trying to help you get to the altar. You follow what I'm saying? And y'all got to work on y'all res game because y'all be out here talking yourselves out of getting with a woman. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? Too much information, man. She ain't need to know all that. Same thing with y'all women. Y'all say too much. Too much. Shut up. Can't even take a compliment.
Right. And if you ignore a woman enough, she'll come chasing after you in some cases.
Exactly. Y'all got to learn, man. I be trying to shh, be quiet. You know what I'm saying? Take the win. How many times y'all heard me say that? Take the win. Shut up. Just take the win, dude. You won. You want to keep talking. Talk yourself out of the win. You already know made the sale. They don't gave you their money. You walking away. Still running your mouth. You know what? Never mind. Give me my money back. Talk too much. You know what I'm saying? I tell just take the compliment. You got women right now, you compliment them, and all they gonna do is try to find fault with themselves. Ooh, girl, you looking good today. Yeah, but you know, I don't like the way this makeup look on me. And I just got through complimenting you about your makeup. Just take the W. I ain't ever, that's what, I had to learn, everybody had to learn some stuff growing up. One thing about me, it didn't take me long to figure out, take that W and go home. I ain't gonna talk myself out of a W. I ain't ever gonna do that no more. Just take the W and leave. Y'all sabotage yourselves. Because you got them loose lips. You follow what I'm saying? These are not just classes, y'all. These are counseling sessions. These are lifelong lessons. This is stuff that can apply to anybody because I want y'all to win. These are the secrets. And when I say secrets, I don't mean secret because only I discovered it. The Bible calls the word of God and the wisdom that it contains, it literally calls it secrets. I'm going to show y'all that in another class. This is really right here. This is the secret to life. This is the hack. This is your life hack right here.
Mm-hmm.
The Bible. That's what it is. That's where all my information comes from. Experience and this. That's it. That's it. Loaded with cheat codes. Right? What else are we going on? Proverbs 17 and 27.
And 27.
I told y'all I'm slick lazy. What do slick lazy mean, Jeff? Kevin J. I ever told y'all what it mean when I say that? What do slick lazy mean?
I have no idea.
I say it all the time. You know what slick lazy mean? Like, go ahead, Gideon. There you go. There you go. Gideon don't heard me say it enough. You follow what I'm saying? Minimum effort, maximum results. That's Brother Josh right now. Minimum effort, maximum results. That's how I function. I'm going to do as little as possible to try to gain the maximum results. People say hard work is the key to success. I say ask a slave that. Ask a slave is hard work is the key to success. Who works harder than a slave? Does that sound successful to you? Does slavery sound successful to you, Jeff?
No, sir.
But who worked harder than a slave? Nobody. So whoever told you that hard work is the key to success ain't never talked to a slave. Y'all remember that. Minimum effort, maximum result. That's why I say I'm slick lazy. I'm going to try to find the easiest way to do it, but at the same time, get the best results. That's what life is all about, y'all. Yes, in a sense, we all got to work hard because you got to work hard at finding the easiest way to do something. Y'all know that, right? It's hard work to find the easiest way to do something.
Right.
That takes work. So you're going to work hard in some sense. But what I'm saying is I'm slick lazy. I'm going to try to find a quick, easy way to do it, but the result ain't going to match the lack of effort. It's going to be not that much effort, but it's going to be more result than somebody out there banging their head up against the wall or breaking their neck trying to get it done. So I'm slick lazy with it. Some of the best inventions in the world were created because somebody was slick lazy. Somebody said, yo, I'm tired of having to go walk all the way to Jeff's house to talk to him. I wish I could just pick up something and talk to Jeff at my house without having to leave. In comes the telephone. Somebody said, I'm tired of having to keep washing these horses and scooping up the doo-doo when they out in public, because you got to clean that stuff up, and stopping every so often to make sure you got something to drink. I'm tired of that. I wish I could be in some kind of carriage that moved without all of that effort. In comes automobile. Somebody said, I don't feel like talking. I wish I can just put in words what I want to say from a long distance. In comes text messaging. Think about every modern convenience you have. It is a result of somebody being like Brother Josh, slick lazy.
Right.
And guess what? Better results. Because a car moves faster than a horse. But you got to put less effort into transporting it around. And that's mankind. Mankind has always been like that. Even in the Bible days, they were still developing new ways to do stuff. That's how I am. So when it comes to this loose lips and stuff, this is me, slick lazy, trying to get you the maximum result with the minimum effort. I'm going to even show you, oh yes, I'm going to show you this in loose lip where say it in a few words, but put a lot out there at the same time. Let me show y'all that everything I tell you, I keep telling y'all, everything I tell y'all, the way I think, the way I move, the way I talk, I can back it up in the Bible. It ain't me.
Mm-hmm.
I give God the glory. It's him. I'm just telling y'all. I'm a conduit. I'm a channel. That's all I am. Let's move on. 17:27. That's why I said we're going, right? Proverbs 17:27.
Yes.
Go ahead and read.
Proverbs chapter 17, verse 27. He that hath knowledge spareth his words, and a man of understanding is of an excellent spirit.
Now pay attention to this one. It said, he that have knowledge spareth his words. What do you think that means, Jeff, when you spare your words?
Have few words, and then when you do speak, people tend to listen more, and it has more impact.
Exactly. Has more impact. It said, he that have knowledge spares his words. Are y'all starting to notice that the Bible is giving us a pattern of the wise don't say that much? The fool is the one that always got something to say, quick to be the first one to say something. Have y'all noticed that?
Mm-hmm.
Why do y'all think when they pop up in here just running their mouths upon entry, like that's an idiot? That's why I tell y'all stuff like that. If I ever say or do something that you got a problem with, show me in the Bible that it's wrong. Don't show me in your feelings. I don't want to search your heart. That's God's job. Search the scriptures. I let God search your heart. I search the scriptures. Show me I'm wrong according to the scriptures. Proverbs is all about teaching us how to be wise and not be fools, meaning being stupid. But it's also showing us who are stupid and the characteristics of stupid people. If that pisses you off, then you ain't been reading the Bible, or you have and you don't care what it says. You're supposed to spare your words. Somebody who's knowledgeable, they spare their words. Wise people don't ever speak first. Do y'all know that?
Hmm.
They never speak first. Wise people always speak last. You know why? Because they're going to wait and see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to try to take in what's on the table. Fools rush in. That's what they do. They rush in. I got something to say. Spamming up the chat. Hear me say one thing. You literally, we don't brought, y'all know I'm not lying. We brought people on the stage who were saying something in the chat. I brought them up. They don't admit it. I literally came in about 30 seconds ago. Dude one time said T seconds, 30, y'all. He had messed it. Why you got all this stuff to say? You're supposed to be sparing your words. That's knowledge right there. All we want to do, let them loose lips, let them shake. Flapping your lips, swallowing your own self whole because you got something to say. You're rash with your lips. Chill. Listen a little bit. Don't be so quick to say something. Don't be so quick to ask a question. Some people come in here, they'll ask a question, and then about 10 minutes later, oh, he just answered that. Because you waited 10 minutes and I got to it. Right? We do whole lessons up in here. Right? Chances are, in a 3-hour period, I'm going to answer your question before you ask it. I've had people say that plenty of times. I had a question, but you answered that as you kept going. Jeff don't say that before. Kevin J don't say that before. Gideon don't say that before. I was going to ask this question, but you answered it in the class because they waited and said, maybe he might get to that. You can't be so impatient. That's another thing. Everybody wants instant gratification. This world we live in, everything instant. Hungry, go on DoorDash. Talking to myself. Because you don't feel like going in the kitchen and cooking. You're ready to eat now. Right? I can go in there and go through all the trouble making the cheesesteak, or I can go order one and get it quick. We want instant gratification. And there's nothing wrong with that. But because of that, we want instant gratification to be with everything we do, including knowledge. And you know what the crazy irony is about that, Jeff? When it comes to knowledge and instant gratification, I even got you covered on that because I give y'all years of information in a couple of hours.
Mm-hmm.
And that still ain't fast enough for a lot of people. I'm saving you years. Still ain't quick. They want it all in 30 seconds. Guys, we want everything there is to know about everything. 30 seconds. Go. Dang, dude, even I can't convince it that quick. I can't. TikTok, that I can't get it all in 30 seconds. Maybe Gideon, I don't know. Maybe Gideon knows something I don't. Maybe you know how to condense it up and chop it up and TikTok it up. I'll let you do that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the only compensation for that is you either got to make it short or keep it at the same length, but keep it interesting and entertaining. I'd rather do the latter. You follow what I'm saying? But I don't have a problem if somebody got a bad attention span. That's an art that we need to redevelop. We need to learn how to pay attention. Because while it may be good that you can do a TikTok and get information quick, there's going to be some point in your life where they're not going to give you stuff in sound bites. You're going to have to actually pay attention. I like to teach people how to pay attention because that's what I do. I absorb it. I know it, right? We got to learn, and this is a chore for a lot of people. It was a chore for me too. I told y'all back in the day, and this still holds true today. I do not like talking on the phone with women. Y'all bored the living hell out of me unless y'all talking about the word. Or, as I told y'all before with my counseling sessions, if you got an interesting life, because I'm interested in people's lives. But if a woman just get on the phone with me, just talking, I know how to. I can be bored and still retain the information, so I can do that, right? But back in the day, the only time I got on the phone with a woman, or when I was a young dude and a young girl, y'all know the same reason why all these young dudes be pretending like they want to hear what y'all got to say, right? Only thing that made me deadly is because I actually was paying attention. Because a lot of girls, yeah, he just listening to you. He ain't really paying no attention to you. I'm gonna try that on Josh. He tried on Josh. I recall back everything you said with perfect precision. Oh, girl, he really is listening. He really is into you. Not really. I'm just a good listener, but I ain't really into you. I just want to get into you. That's all. I'm telling y'all how I used to think. That's how men think. I'm not into you. I just want to get into you. That's how a lot of these guys, sisters, y'all better know the difference between that. Y'all better learn the difference between the man that's into you and one that just want to get into you. I talk to y'all straight. Look at the emoji. See, they ain't never heard no pastor talk like that. I tell y'all the truth. I talk to y'all like y'all my children, like y'all my friends. You know what I'm saying? Learn the difference. Because there's going to be other guys out there that ain't that many. I'm looking for y'all. It ain't that many. But there's going to be other guys out there that actually listen to your butt. And you're going to think he really into you. Good thing is, it ain't that many like that. But see, me, I listen to people. I could be playing Fortnite or Call of Duty and be just like this with that controller, talking to you just like this, and retain everything you told me. Because I just like to listen. But just because I like to listen don't mean I'm interested in what I'm listening to. Right? But I'm just trying to tell y'all sisters that. I'm trying to warn y'all too. It's not like I just be getting the guys to cheat, right, Jeff? Don't I warn the sisters what to look for too, Jeff?
For sure.
Don't I do that? Don't be looking at me like I'm crazy because I'm telling you what men do. The men should be in my DM, Josh, shut up. You know, y'all should be thanking me for that. And then y'all see that. And the men shouldn't be doing that because any man up in here ain't going to want me to be quiet about them trying to manipulate women because they ain't going to be trying to manipulate women. Y'all know that. Right? But you see what this said, right? Spare your words. A man with knowledge spares his words. He ain't going to be using a lot of words out there. Right? He's not going to be doing that. Let's move on, Jeff. Let's go and read verse 28. Yeah, read verse 28.
Right. Proverbs chapter 17, verse 28. Even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise, and he that shutteth his lips is esteemed a man of understanding.
Look at this. Even a fool, even who's stupid, even somebody who's an idiot, somebody who's a moron, is considered to be wise if he setteth his lips, those loose lips, right? It says his lips is esteemed. It says, even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise. And he that shutteth his lips is esteemed a man of understanding. So even if you are stupid, and you may very well be, if you can keep your mouth shut, if you can tighten them lips, you're going to be considered wise. Do y'all see the power of not talking too much? You follow what I'm saying? That's the power of not having loose lips. They're going to think you're wise. Right? While everybody talking that madness, you just up there posted up in the cut. Like Jeff said, like, you over there talking too much. Right? See, I like to make them wonder. I'm just like, while everybody else over there, blah, blah, all that, man, I'm just in the cut just like this. And then they come over to me and they ask me what I think. And I give them what I want them to have. And you always leave them wanting more. I don't come in here every week and tell y'all everything I know. I could. We'd be here for more time than we actually are. And I got to leave y'all wanting more. I got to do classes, and y'all got to be like, what else this dude know? You follow what I'm saying? What else can we learn from him? What more does he have to show us? I'm not going to come in here and we're going to do a marathon, 12 hours. I'm just going to drop it all on y'all. Right? I'm not going to do that. And that's all you got to be, brothers, when you're trying to get you a wife. You out here trying to talk to these women. Don't tell her everything about you. Make her wonder. Same thing with the women. Give me some wonderment. I love a woman with a nice shaped body, but that body is covered up just enough to leave something to the imagination. Just enough. Right? I don't want everybody to know about what she got. You follow what I'm saying? Because you can do a lot of talking without opening your mouth. You can have loose lips without actually flapping your lips. Your appearance, in other words, can be loose lips. I can learn a lot about a lot of these women just by looking at you. You can't judge a book by a cover. No, you can't judge a book by its cover, Jeff, but I know one thing you can judge a book by, its title. Can you do that, Jeff? Can I judge a book by its title?
Yes.
I can't judge it by its cover, but I can judge it by its title. And a lot of y'all are walking around with the title written right on the book. And it says 304. Room 304. That's what it says. That's the name of the book, Room 304. I might have to write a book title there, Room 304, talking about like, loose women and stuff and what the Bible say. That'll be a fine title right there, Room 304. What you think, Jeff?
Did you do something like that? They flagged your clubhouse.
No, that was a class. I said a book. I did a class.
Book.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you meant like
No, I said the book. I'll write a book called Room 304.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
To show y'all this. Yes, sir.
I'm taking notes. Did you say wonderment? I want to make sure that that's what I heard.
Yes, wonderment. Yes.
I just want to write that. Got you. That's all I needed, brother. Thank you very much.
Yes. You got to leave something like that, right? And being a man of mystery, because I am a man of mystery. I am. I do a lot of talking. I tell y'all a lot of stuff, but I don't ever put out everything. It's so much more. And the people who pay for the counseling sessions, and I'm not saying this just so you can try to get in, but if you do take it like that, then go ahead and get in and get that session. But the people who have actually taken the counsel sessions, they'll tell you that this Josh that y'all hearing on the Sabbath, and God bless it, I give God the glory, because y'all know y'all get a lot of information. They'll tell you that the one you talk to one-on-one in the sessions, totally different experience, because we get deep. You know what I'm saying? We get deep. And Jeff, he's talked to me one-on-one before, because I've been knowing that brother for like almost 10 years. Y'all know how it is. Same thing with the Simmons. Me and Tommy, we don't talk behind the scenes. Me and Keanu, me and Nautica, me and Sister Nicole. Still y'all in here. What's his name? Big Mo. Still y'all don't got me one-on-one. Big Mo, like the stuff me and Big Mo talk about, right? But you got to gain that access to people. There got to be that mystery. You got to. That's the type of thing that makes me want to hear a teacher, or intrigues me about a woman. Like, she ain't out here showing her body. She ain't talking about her past lovers and stuff. That intrigues me. I want to dig. I want to find something more about her. She ain't out here just giving it all away, just loose lips. You know what I'm saying? She ain't just talking. This is how I want y'all to be. I want y'all to understand that. Leave them wondering, right? If you dating a girl and y'all ain't serious and she's asking you all these questions like, where were you and what you were doing? Don't tell her everything, fellas. That's privileged information. That's you asking wife questions. You follow what I'm saying? You got to make her feel like she earned the right to know. Y'all understand that, fellas? Are y'all taking notes on this? Give me a W in the chat, young man, if y'all listen to this. Those are wife rates. No, you don't get that information. Where were you the other night? I was doing me. I tell you this, I wasn't messing around with another woman. I'll tell you that much. I wasn't doing nothing I had no business doing. But y'all just start running off at the mouth, diarrhea at the mouth. You got to be like that. Like I told you that the guys to work with, right? He said, I can't let you all the way in, said. Nice way of saying I ain't telling you everything. Everything ain't your business. Let's move on. I'm telling them the truth, right? If you keep your mouth shut, people will think you are wise, even if you are a fool, right? And most people think that people keep quiet because they're smart enough to keep quiet, right? Let's go to Psalms 41. Let me show you what David prayed for. They'll be telling everything. It's something you got to especially teach your children. Y'all be seeing these videos on YouTube. Children that be running their mouth. Children will tell your business. Y'all know that. Somebody in the chat talking about the rappers. Yes, rappers, they tell on themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid. You follow what I'm saying? Be honest. Don't lie by omission. Don't withhold information that people supposed to know. That's called lying by omission. I'm not teaching that. You cheated on your wife or your girlfriend and she didn't know. Don't keep that. Tell her. Same thing. You cheat on your boyfriend or your husband. Tell them. Don't be like, they ain't asked, I ain't telling that. No, you tell them. I ain't talking about no lying about omission. I'm talking about telling people stuff they don't need to know. And don't be like, what, they don't need to know that? No, I'm not. They do need to know. If you're doing somebody dirty, they need to know that. I'm talking about not telling people your personal business that's none of their business. And we love to do that, boy. Social media, man. FBI ain't got to find you. They already know where you at. Y'all making it easy. You're making it too easy. You tell people where you live. You walk outside your front door and point a camera directly at your house. We even know what your house look like. We know the make and model of your house. I know exactly where to hide in your house if I want to lie and wait for you, Jeff. You tell me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at your video. Oh, this would be a perfect place for me to jump out on that food. He won't even see me coming. Then I knock you out. You wake up tied up. I'm standing over you. Gosh, how did you know that you could catch me in this blind spot right here? You only been showing it every time you stream. How could I not know it? You feel when you go in your refrigerator. Do I know what's on the second shelf in your refrigerator? You know what I'm saying? Like you just put it all out there. You tell too much. Loose lips, y'all. We don't be thinking about stuff like this. We don't. We just don't. No. Buy some blinds, y'all. Buy some curtains. Shut your curtains. Shut your blinds. I drive through nice neighborhoods. They got the window wide open. I see everything. Hey, that's a nice clock. Ooh, that's a nice big screen TV. Y'all lucky, brother Josh don't run up in nobody's house because I know what's in your house. You follow what I'm saying? You want everybody to know what you got. Now, I understand in a nice neighborhood, chances are, because everybody, they got, they upper class, so you ain't got to worry about your neighbors trying to, to steal from you. But you got these ghetto boys like to drive all the way out to the suburbs.
Yes, sir.
And they know exactly who house they hit because they just drive through the neighborhood and they look, dang, window wide open, showing everything they got up in there. And this is holiday season. Now, me personally, we ain't got to worry about this holiday season stuff because we don't celebrate Christmas. Most of us don't. But I know a lot of y'all listening still do. And this is the time where they like to rob. So even though y'all still might be celebrating this pagan pagan Christmas, Brother Josh still love y'all. So he gonna tell y'all to be on the lookout. Because y'all love to open up that window with that big old tree. And the bigger the tree, the bigger the presents. You know what I'm saying? The Grinch gonna steal your Christmas, but he ain't gonna bring it back. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to put that out there. How many times y'all turn on the news? Tell the truth. How many times y'all turn on the news? Every year I turn on the news. They got somebody on the news that they got robbed at Christmas. Somebody broke in their house.
Mm-hmm.
Watch the news every year. And then they try to do like a little GoFundMe. The news do a little GoFundMe and try to raise money because, they feel bad because they lost their Christmas presents and stuff. It happens every year. How they know to go in your house, Jeff?
Advertising.
You advertising. You tell everybody. You follow what I'm saying? Shh, that ain't none of your business. Don't tell everybody that. Right? Loose lips. This is what David prayed for, though, Jeff. Psalm 141. Read 1 to 3, my brother.
141 or 41?
141.
Got it. Okay. And verse?
Verses 1 to 3. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Psalms 141, verse 1. Lord, I cry unto thee. Make haste unto me. Give ear unto my voice when I cry unto thee.
Mm-hmm.
Let my prayer be set forth before thee as incense, and the lifting up of my hands as the evening sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
Set a watch, O Lord, before my mouth. Keep the door of my lips.
Look what David asked God to do. This is a prayer. He said, set a watch, O Lord, before my mouth. Like, when soldiers used to be like on duty, they have like a a night watchman, a day watchman. He said, set a watch before my mouth. This is parallelism, saying the same thing twice, but just a little differently the second time. Keep, which means guard the door of my lips. Look what David is praying to God to do. He said, set a watch, O Lord, before my mouth. In other words, it's like you got a guy standing guard by your mouth. Make sure it stays shut. Right? He said, guard the door of my lips to make sure nothing comes out that ain't got no business coming out. A lot of y'all need to learn that prayer by heart. See, David knew. David knew that loose lips sink ships. That's why he prayed that God will set a watchman by his mouth, a guard. Whether spiritually, that God just put it on his spirit to know when to be quiet, or just have people around him that'll be like, hey, bro, shh, that's too much. Right now, for this particular class, Brother Josh is the watch and the guard by the door of y'all lips, because I'm teaching y'all how to do it right now. But once this is over, you need to learn it yourself. Do I ask what? Only thing I do before I do a class is just pray that God give me understanding to put it out there exactly the way it's supposed to be understood. I think that kind of covers that though. Because if I do that, that'll make sure I don't say anything wrong. You follow what I'm saying? But in everyday life, Gideon, yeah. Before I have a counseling session, Gideon, with you or all the other people, I pray to God that I don't say something stupid. You know what I'm saying? That could offend one of y'all the wrong way or lead you astray. I pray that every time before I have a session. I also got to pray for myself and for people around me. I pray for y'all. I pray that God watch over y'all and that y'all don't do or say anything that'll get y'all in any kind of trouble. Because loose lips sink ships. I'm telling you, that's why David did. David said he prayed, guard my mouth. I don't want to say too much. I don't want to say anything stupid. This is something they don't teach you. They don't teach you. Your parents don't teach you this. Your pastor don't teach you this. That's why all these young people just jump on social media. They talk too much and they be in everybody's business. I keep telling y'all, man, who we supposed to blame? We're supposed to blame the leadership. The leadership is pastor and parents. That's the leadership. Right? And then when they get to a certain age, it's still the pastor if you go to a church, but it's also the individual. Right? People do this when they want to come on here and they want to say, I want to give a testimony. And there's nothing wrong with that. But a lot of time what people want to do is disguise what they're calling a testimony with them just having loose lips. They just want to get on here and just trauma dump, put all their business out there. You follow what I'm saying? Here's a little fun fact, and I'm not taking a shot at anybody, I ain't mad at anybody, but here's a little fun fact. This is me personally. You don't come into a room of strangers who you hardly know and want to give a whole testimony about your personal life. You don't do that. Go to a group. If you're on Discord or YouTube or TikTok, do that before people who know you, right? Don't just come into a strange room. I want to give a testimony of what I've been going through for a bunch of strangers. You follow what I'm saying? So I'm not saying the testimony in of itself is wrong, but some stuff you kind of gotta earn that audience. You follow what I'm saying? You don't just come in here and say, I want to tell y'all what I went through the whole last year. No, you just got some loose lips, bro. Now, if Keanu or Gideon or Kevin J or myself or some of y'all in the audience who are the regulars, if y'all came up here and did that, that makes sense. We know you. You know us. You trust us to talk to us, right? You give a testimony, but you got people just be wandering, surfing the net, see us, see other people. I like to give a testimony. No, I don't want to hear it. I'm going to start telling people that too. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yep. Trauma dump and heal. That's what they did. And a lot of people like, and I'm not mad at people who do that because they're coming from a place of trauma and tragedy. That's when people want to do that. It's just that it's not the time or the place for that. You don't go upon a bunch of strangers unless you in AA or something, because it's designed for that, right? But you don't just go to a bunch of strangers. And even if you in AA, warm up to the people. You know, my name is Brother Josh, and I'm an alcoholic. And for now, that's all y'all get to know until I get to know y'all better. You don't go to AA. Hi, I'm Brother Joshua, and I'm an alcoholic. And I remember 2 years ago, I was driving with one of my friends. I got a whole story for y'all. First day there, loose lips. And they like to do that in the church too. Like, I don't saw that in churches before. I don't been to Sunday church before. I ain't really grow up in them, but I know exactly what you're talking about. It's mostly an old lady that love to do it too. Probably was an old lady, Gideon wanted. Old ladies love to do that. Mhm. But it mainly be them old ladies. Old ladies love to get on the phone. I mean, get on the mic. Anybody do it, but it be mostly them old ladies. And and y'all gotta understand, I'm not a mean person. I know if an old woman gives a long testimony, she's probably lonely. She don't really have anybody to talk to. So, she comes there and she talk to the people. But like the younger people who do that, we're in the middle of a Q&A and you want to come up, can I give a testimony? Dude, we in the middle of a Q&A. We flowing. We ain't trying to hear your life story, bro. Just give glory to God. Just say, I've been through a lot. I give glory to God. Then once we get to know you, then we'll hear you out. That's enough. We will give you the amen off of that. Yo, I wasn't where I was last, or I wasn't where I am today last year. I've been through a lot, but I give God the glory. One day, if I ever get to know y'all better, I'll tell you about it. What's wrong with somebody saying that? But everybody want to come in and just, with them loose lips, just pour out. People like to vent. And there's nothing wrong with venting, right? But people like to go on social media and vent to a bunch of strangers. Loose lips. You got something you want to add, Jeff?
Yeah, one thing that kills me on the social media is when people they come and they post like whole prayers. I'm talking about like praying, someone says pray for me or whatever. They'll sit a whole personal prayer where you just could have went in your room and closed the door and took it straight to the Most High. Why do we have to know this information, man? But that happens quite often on my friends list.
Exactly. Exactly. See, you already know how they do. You know what I'm saying? You already know how they do. Because everybody like to run their mouth. They like to, I'm telling y'all, man, it's become part of our culture that we got loose lips. A lot of us don't even realize it. It's become second nature, right? We want people to know everything. No mystery whatsoever. You talk too much, right? You can't even move on. You don't put on the internet the man you were dating and all of this stuff. Then y'all break up. You date somebody else, everybody gonna remember. Well, she was dating such and such. How we know? Because she told everybody. You know what I mean? And celebrities are notorious for this. They think because they're celebrities, they're obligated to tell their fans their business. That's what Michael Jackson messed up at. Did y'all know? Because a lot of y'all might be too young to remember this. Did y'all know for the longest time, Michael Jackson did not tell anybody nothing about himself? He'd be a real recluse.
That's right.
You follow what I'm saying? It's to drive the public wild. I'm telling y'all, it wasn't until Michael Jackson started running his mouth and responding to the rhetoric that's when he started going downhill. He did interviews and stuff, of course, like they all do. But when he started really opening up, Well, y'all all know what happened to him. So celebrities got to really be on the lookout for stuff like this because they feel obligated to tell people their business. You owe it to your fans. You know, journalists love to say that. You owe it to your fans. No, I don't. I owe my fans one thing, and that's to entertain them. That's all you owe them. That's why they like you, because you entertain them. They don't like you because, you know, they got to know all your business. You're supposed to just entertain them. That's all you owe to them. You don't owe them anything else. You follow what I'm saying? You having celebrities apologizing to their fans. For what? Oh, you only should apologize to them if you do something that disappoint them as an entertainer. You don't owe your fans an apology if you cheat on your wife. You owe God and your wife an apology for that. You got celebrities get caught up in stuff. Yeah, man, I just want to apologize to my fans, you know, for me doing. Dude, I don't need you to know about your marriage life. I just want to know, you know, when that next album dropping. Well, see, you can get sucked into that as a celebrity. Now you apologizing to them for stuff that ain't even their business, that you shouldn't have told them in the first place. Do y'all see how this go? I'm telling y'all, man, gotta be careful, right? If a celebrity cheat on their wife or their husband, the only person they owe an apology to is their wife or their husband and the Most High. That is it. They don't owe anybody else an apology. Now, if a pastor do something like that, that's different. If I out here and I sleep with another man's wife, I'm wrong, but I also owe y'all an apology because I'm not a celebrity. I'm a spiritual guy, and I'm supposed to be an example. And that's the problem. A lot of y'all don't know the difference between a celebrity and a freaking role model. They're not your role model unless you want to just be what they are as far as like an entertainer. You know what I'm saying? If Nicki Minaj is your role model, it better just be because you like her lyrics or how she bring it, and that's what you want to do. You want to be a female rapper. That's the only thing you look up to her for. She get caught up in the scandal. You know, disappointed me, Nicki Minaj. Why? Did she lose her bars? Can she still flow? Yeah, then what you disappointed for? You understand? Y'all see, that's what I'm saying. We get sucked in, we be building these emotional connections with them. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to think. I be trying to get y'all to think. Look, I love Denzel as an actor, but only as an actor. I don't know him in any other capacity. So if you ever get caught up in a scandal, I'm not going, man, Denzel, I can't believe you went out like that. Why? And he's not my role model. He could only be my role model if I want to be an actor, and I don't. So why would I be hurt? Does that make sense to y'all? Are y'all hearing me on this before we move on? Jeff, Gideon, everybody else in the chat, do y'all understand that? We get emotionally invested.
Got it.
Don't get emotionally invested, y'all. Love them for what you love them for. If they're your role model, if a celebrity is your role model, it better be because you want to do what they do. Don't be calling no Nicki Minaj your role model and you don't even want to rap. You feel me? How's she your role model then? Don't be calling Kendrick Lamar your role. Oh, that's my role model. Oh, so you want to sing? You want to rap? What? You want to? No, he's just my role model. How? You know him? No. Then how's he your role model? That's how it's supposed to be. We don't know the difference between an entertainer and a role model. Right? I try to make it make sense for y'all. This real simple, ain't it, Jeff? Real simple.
Most definitely.
Let's go to Sirach chapter 5. We're going to the Apocrypha, also known as Ecclesiasticus. See, Gideon flipped the script. See, the Lord can use people any kind of way. Gideon was a celebrity and he became a role model. He was already a role model, probably not the most positive one, but God used that influence, and now he helped people turn to Christ. But if Gideon would have got caught up in a scandal while he doing pranks, they can't be out there, oh man, Gideon, you let me down, man. I can't believe you did that, dude. If he your role model, it better be because you want to be out there pranking too. That better be the only reason why you crying, because he got locked up and he can't prank no more or something like that. That better be the only reason back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
You follow what I'm saying? But now he actually is a role model because he's in a spiritual type of position where people look up to him morally as a guy. That's why I have to love how these rappers back in the day, like Lil Wayne, they used to pop off on these journalists and stuff. Lil Wayne told a journalist one time, he's like, "You supposed to be a role model." Lil Wayne was like, he said, "I'm only a role model to two people." And he was talking about his kids. He said, "Nobody else need to be worried about what I'm doing." They try to throw that on him. Lil Wayne is a rapper. If he's your role model, it better be because you want to be a rapper too. Other than that, you shouldn't care what Lil Wayne do. As long as he keep rapping, that's what I want him for. You keep rapping. That's how you should be thinking if you into that. Which I'm not, but I'm just saying that's logical. Right? But it's C-Rock. Yeah. If you listen to R. Kelly because you love this music, then when all this stuff come out, don't stop listening to R. Kelly because all of this stuff came out about him. If you do, that means you was emotionally invested in him. Do y'all understand me? I'm not gonna listen to Michael Jackson music anymore. They say he was a child molester, but you didn't listen to him because you liked him as a person in the first place. You listened to him because you liked his music. We don't know how to separate that stuff. R. Kelly is still the king of R&B. I tell anybody that. He is. I don't listen to his stuff like that, no more, because, I just don't like secular music like that no more. But if anybody ever asks me, he's still the king of R&B. And always probably will be. But now you want to put down his music when you didn't even invest in him in the first place because who he was as a person? Dude in chat on nah, Usher got that. Grow up. Usher ain't nowhere near R. Kelly level. Usher wishes. Well, I ain't gonna say he wishes he was like R. Kelly. I don't think he wanna be like R. Kelly in his current state. But y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about. But Usher the truth too. I mean, I ain't just dumping on him. I mean, like I can give people their props from a secular point of view. Even though I don't like what they're talking about. I'm not gonna act like you don't have any skills. I mean, thief. You can have a master thief. That's wicked. We don't supposed to be out here stealing, Thieves go to the lake of fire. But that don't mean I'm gonna be out here acting like I'm denying that the dude got skills as a thief. You still see your skills as a thief. You feel me, Jeff? What I'm saying, right? Stealing is wrong. You don't supposed to do it. But just because I'm saying that don't mean I don't see you. You good at what you do, even if what you do good is bad. I'm not the type of person like that. I'm not gonna deny somebody's skills just because I don't like them or I don't agree with what they're doing. I'm still gonna say you're good at what you do. If you're good at what you do, you're just good at what you do. It just is what it is. But this is C-Rock chapter 5 or Ecclesiasticus. We're gonna read one verse, and a lot of people need to know this one, Jeff. Oh my gosh. Read verse 12.
Verse 12. C-Rock chapter 5, verse 12. I think that would be 11 on my app, Josh. Would that be swift to hear?
Nope, verse 12.
Verse 12? Okay, bro. Verse 12. If thou hast understanding, answer thy neighbor. If not, lay thy hand upon thy mouth.
It said, if you have understanding, answer your neighbor. If not, lay your hand over your mouth. What that means is, if there's a question out there, if you know it, give the answer. If you don't know it, shut up.
Right.
How many times have I don't have people on this stage and I'm asking them questions, direct questions, and they don't want to answer the question, but they want to keep talking? If you don't know the answer, shut up. They want to talk about everything else. See, that was going on back then too. I ask people questions in the chat. Yes, I'm going to the chat. I'd be like, how many of y'all ever heard of this? And people be in the chat, I haven't. I didn't ask who haven't, I asked who have. It's like you're sitting in the class and a teacher be like, who can tell me the name of the ship that Columbus sailed on? Somebody raise their hand. I can't. Yes, you over there. I don't know. If you don't know, you shouldn't be saying anything to a question. I don't need you to tell me you don't know. I'm asking who do know. Loose lips. That's what people with loose lips do. They talk even if they don't know the answer to a question, Jeff. Y'all know I'm not lying. You follow what I'm saying? If I say, give me a W, if you've ever heard this before, you don't put no L's in the chat to let me know that you haven't heard it. If you ain't heard it, you don't say anything. You don't type anything. Just give me the W if you heard it. Now, this might sound like small to y'all, and it is, because it ain't hurting nothing. But what it's doing is it's training your mind to not speak on a question unless you know it. I don't ask people questions for them to tell me they don't know. If I'm asking who does know. Now, if I just ask, can anybody tell me yes or no? And people like, no, I can't. I don't know. Or I'd be like, what was the name of the ship that Columbus sailed over here on? You in the chat. You don't know. I don't even know. I ain't even know that Columbus was on the ship. Did you have to say that? Or could you just be quiet and at least make me wonder, maybe he do know, he just don't want to say. Because even when a fool shuts his mouth, he's considered wise. I don't know if you don't know. I just know you're not saying. Silence don't mean ignorance. Y'all know that, right? You know that, right, Jeff? Silence doesn't mean ignorance.
Oh, no,
Just because you're quiet don't mean you don't know. Right? But if you don't know, and I'm asking who do know, I don't need you to jump in the chat to tell me that you don't know. That's not only stupid, it's annoying. I'm trying to find answers. You know what I'm saying? It's like you come home from work and you looking for something in the house. And you tell all your kids in the house, yo, I'm looking for the remote. Anybody find it, let me know. Okay, Dad. Your kids run up to you. It wasn't upstairs. Thank you for telling me where it couldn't be found. Y'all see when you put it in retrospect like that? Stupid, ain't it, Jeff?
Yes, sir.
They come running up to you like they know where it is. Dad, I checked the bathroom. Yeah, and it was like by the bath. No, it wasn't in there. It wasn't anywhere in the bathroom. Don't come running up to me unless you found it. How about that? But the way we trained to be is our lips are so loose, we got to have something to say even if we don't know. We got the voice that we don't know. That's why I said in C-Rock, if you can answer your neighbor, answer him. If not, put your hand over your mouth. That makes sense to y'all? Have I lost anybody? Did I hurt anybody's feelings when I just pointed out that we do stuff like that? Everybody good in the chat? Y'all good on stage before we move on? Because we finna get deeper. Right?
Yes, sir.
Because this is madness how I see people do that. People like to let you know they don't know. Thank you for raising your hand to let me know that you don't know. Thank you for that. That really helped me. Let's move on. I gotta have fun with y'all, but some of the stuff, and it's not y'all fault in particular, it's just our culture. A lot of stuff we got to break ourselves out of. Me too. We all got to do some stuff. But I just like I like people to stop and just think about what you're doing and ask yourself, does that make sense? Is that helping the situation? They're not helping the situation, especially if somebody's trying to find answers. They're trying to locate something, and all you want to do is just keep reminding them that you don't know where it is. Right? Don't say anything unless you got the answer. If somebody asks you a question, if you can't answer the question, shut up. Don't keep talking. Put your hand over your mouth. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't know. If they ask you, do you know? You say you don't know. But if somebody just talking and they just put something out there in general, who can tell me that? How many times, Jeff, Kevin, Jay, have y'all seen me bring somebody on stage? And I ask a question before I bring them up. And I say, I'm going to bring them up on stage. And I ask them the question, oh, I don't even know. What you raise your hand?
I can't stand that.
I don't see me do it. Y'all have seen me do it. Read that C-Rock one more time, Jeff. Then we're going to move on.
C-Rock,
Y'all don't see me do it. Go read that, please.
no doubt. C-Rock chapter 5, verse 12. If thou hast understanding, answer thy neighbor. If not, lay thy hand upon thy mouth.
If you have understanding, answer your neighbor. That means if you know the answer the question. But if not, keep your hand over your mouth. Y'all don't see me do it so many times. I'd be like, raise your hand, and I'll bring you on the stage if you can answer this question. I don't have people do everything from dodge the question to saying straight up they don't know. And I'm like, what you raise your hand for then? We supposed to know better than that, y'all. Loose lips. That's why we supposed to function. This is everyday life. If your teacher, a lot of y'all still in school, if your teacher put a question out, you don't know the answer, don't raise your hand, don't be murmuring, I don't even know. Just be there chilling. And then if she individually points you out, well, Jeff, do you know? No, that's why I ain't raised my hand. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You say you kind of do it to do what wise? I didn't hear that last part. Oh, that's just you being a DA. Remember that class we did about the devil's advocate? That's you being a DA. You trying to trip them up. That's not loose lips. That's you trying to cause somebody to stumble. Yeah, even if you are right. If you go to a pastor that's teaching that you can eat pork, right, and you're trying to reason with him by asking questions, then that's not the same thing. But if you know that he already knows your view on this and you try to come in there and you try to trip him up, then that's different. You follow what I'm saying? In other words, there's nothing wrong with you initiating the conversation. Nothing wrong with you doing it. There's nothing wrong with you seeing somebody teaching something wrong and you initiate the conversation or post a comment in their chat or raise your hand and come on their stage. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But if you're just there to try to just trip somebody up and make them look bad, that's wrong. If that's the only reason why you're there, even if you got the right answer, if you're just there for that, that's wrong. Yeah, but not because of loose lips, just you being a fool for a different reason. But if you're just talking about talking, and if it's related to talking in general, that's the sin, then you could relate that to loose lips. In that case, you can say that is, but not in the sense where we're talking about like just talking too much. But I see what you're saying. Yes, that's still an example of your mouth getting you in trouble. You understand? Gideon, there you go. Right? But did y'all see that? Don't answer no question if you don't talk if you don't know the answer. If somebody put a question out there, if somebody be like, "Yo, give me a W if you ever, been out the country," don't put an L in the chat. He only asked, "Give me a W if you ever been out the country." That's you responding and you don't got the answer. You know what I'm saying? That's what we be doing, right? Just something to think about. Like I said, when we come to the chat and stuff like that, it's not really that big a deal. But I'm just showing you subconsciously that's the attitude that you're developing. You're getting to the point where you want to answer, even though you don't know the answer. You follow what I'm saying? You want to answer, even though you don't know the answer. Right? Let's move on, Jeff. Still in C Rock. Let's go to chapter 8. We're gonna read one verse here too. These little nuggets of wisdom. C Rock chapter 8, verse 3. C Rock 8 and 3. also known as Ecclesiasticus. When you get there, read, please, Jeff.
All right. Sirach chapter 8, verse 3. Strive not with a man that is full of tongue, and heap not wood upon his fire.
Jeff, what do you think what it means when it says full of tongue? What do you think that means?
A man that talks too much.
And that's exactly what it means. So what this verse is saying is, don't argue with a man who talks too much. Why? It says, and heap not wood upon his fire. What that means is if you argue with somebody who talks too much, what the Bible defines as a fool, you're just adding fuel to the fire. You're adding fuel to the fire. This is why I don't go back and forth with a lot of fools who come in here who just like to hear themselves talk. Because now I'm adding fuel to the fire, and now I'm becoming a fool with them. Now I'm going to get caught up in sin. He already talks too much, and he's not talking about anything at all. Remember in Ecclesiastes, it called that type of stuff madness. So he's coming in here with all this madness, and I go and I argue or debate with them. I'm adding fuel to the fire.
That's right. And
So I don't be arguing with people like, you scared. No, I just want to add fuel to the fire of your foolishness. Go ahead, Jeff. You said something?
Oh, sorry, I'm gonna cut you off. But yeah, and there was a saying, I can't remember exactly, but from far away, just like it was like two stupid people arguing. You can't tell who's
They
why.
tell the difference.
That's right.
Right, I heard that saying before. You added fuel to the fire. You don't argue with somebody who talk too much, who like to hear themselves talk. It's a lot of people. That's why they come in here. As soon as they come in here, they want to argue. And they want me to get in it with them. That's why I don't be accepting all these debates with people. As soon as I look with Gideon, oh, this dude want to debate you, Josh. This dude pastor want to debate you. He wants you to respond. Roller, jump on YouTube with me. No, you're a fool. You got loose lips. You talk too much. And I'm not going to add fuel to your fire. Sorry. Get mad at me. Whatever. Don't care. You scared? Yes, I am. I'm afraid of adding fuel to your foolish fire. Yes, I am afraid of that. You scared? Yes, I am afraid of being a fool and being in the madness like you. I'm not afraid of you personally. I'm afraid of becoming like you. See, when people say you scared, Josh, yes, I am afraid. I'm very afraid that I can become like you. That's my worst nightmare, that I become you. You running from me? Yes, I'm running from you because I don't want to be like you. Avoid people who I don't want to be like. Don't we all do that? That's why I avoid you. I don't want to be like you. I want nothing to do with you. I don't want what's on you to rub off on me. You follow what I'm saying? People don't always flee out of fear. People flee because they don't want to get infected. Y'all know that, right? You know, that's not the, people think you want to separate from them if you're afraid. No, I don't want to be infected with whatever you got on you. I don't want that to spread to me. So you can believe whatever you want to believe. I don't want to get caught. I don't been down that road before, arguing endlessly with a fool. Now I'm a fool too. I'm adding fuel to the fire. Go argue by yourself. I don't want to talk to you. That's what people want to do. The people with loose lips, they want your lips to be loose too. Like, no, bro, no, now I'm going back and forth with you. Now I say something stupid. I don't expose myself. Now I'm just as stupid as you are. No, not doing that. Nope, I am good. You got to let people have it sometimes. You got to learn to do that. Just let them have it. Why not? You don't want it, right? Ain't you ever wonder why we can't let somebody have something that we don't even want? You know, we say that, like I say, words have me. You know, somebody like, I'm going to let you have it.
Mm-hmm.
You ever noticed that before? See, when I say that, when I say I'm just going to let you have it, Jeff, it's because I don't want it.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Right? I'm going to let you have that because I don't want it. I'm gonna let you think you're right. Go ahead. Think whatever you want about me. I don't care. Who's the most hurt here? The person who's calling you scared or you because you don't care what they think of you? He's the one who's hurt because you don't care about him. You want to hurt somebody for real? Show them you don't care about them. That's what really hurts, when you don't care about somebody. I don't care what you think, dude. Like, whatever. Well, I think you're afraid. I don't care. Watch how that takes the wind out of themselves. Remember that Muslim kid came here that night about 2 months ago? We ain't heard nothing about no Sharif Uthman, and he came here. It was like late too, around about 12 a.m. I'm not even lying. Some of y'all was in here, and he was 15 years old. And he came here still trying to talk about this Sharif Uthman. Some of y'all was still in the chat like, man, we already dealt with that. The dude didn't want to debate y'all. That's why y'all debated Ibrahim. Y'all was telling him that he's still trying to bring. I said, dude, why don't you debate? I said, because I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
He was trying everything. I ain't even had to kick him out. He left. I said, I don't care. You scared? I said, okay, don't you want to leave? I don't care, kid. What can they say if you really don't care? They might stand there and just try to be insulting or whatever because you don't care. You just get rid of them. But it really hurts them when you tell them you don't care. And I don't. A lot of these people who have come to me trying to debate me, you are literally nothing to me. So much nothing that if you were to die, I would feel bad in of itself, that it's a tragedy that you died, but I'm not going to lose no sleep over it. Anybody who's talking crap, this is the good tester for how you know you should care about what somebody's saying something about you. Y'all ready for this? Everybody ready? They're going to sound kind of harsh. Let me know verbal, Kevin J. I need consent. I need verbal consent before I ask this question. Right, Gideon?
Let's go.
Yep.
Let's get it.
Okay, here we go. Right? Do you want to know how you can know if you don't care what somebody think about you? If they die and you don't lose a bit of sleep or even shed a tear, you shouldn't care what that person say about you.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all understand? If somebody says something about you on the internet, and then it gets back to you the next day that they died, and you ain't rejoicing, yeah, that's God getting back. No, you just like, hey, that's messed up. And you just move on with your day. You shouldn't care what that person think. So now y'all got a good idea of how much I care about what y'all think about me. Just ask yourself, I wonder if, God forbid, if I were to die, would y'all shed a tear for me? And you know I would. I would shed several. That's how you measure it. If you die and I don't cry, I don't even shed a tear, I just go on with my day, why the heck would I care what you think about me? That's a good way to measure it, ain't it, Jeff?
That's harsh, but that's
harsh, but that's a good way.
100%.
That's a good way to measure it. Did you remember that dude the other day in your comment section who was going in on you? Yeah, Josh, you said something back to him. Yeah, hey, I just heard, man, that he died the other day. For real, Josh? Oh, that's messed up. Well, anyway, Josh, what you gonna teach class about them tomorrow? That's exactly what we do. We want to spend 1 minute on them. What'd you say, Gideon? That's how it would be, wouldn't it? So why in the world? Go ahead, Gideon. Go ahead. Say that again, Gideon. I'm sorry. Don't even breathe life into it. Don't even breathe life into it. That's what that's called right now. You ain't even breathing life into it. But that's a good way for you to know, right? All these guys been attacking me. If you told me the next day they died, I'd be like, dang, that's messed up, man. I feel bad for their family, man. I hope their family taken care of. But how much time you think I'm gonna spend talking about that, or how much they're gonna affect my day? It's cold-blooded, but don't care. And I'm pretty sure it will be the same thing with me. So why should I care what you think if I don't even care if you live or die? That's pretty cold, but guess what? Here's the truth. If you don't agree with me, why you ain't calling, checking on them and seeing how they doing? I'm like, they're harsh, Josh. If you feel that's harsh about what I'm saying about that person, when was the last time you called and checked on them, Jeff? Not like you couldn't do it.
Right.
Same thing with you, Gideon, Kevin, J, Keanu. Y'all can all say, dang, Josh, that's harsh. When was the last time you called and seen how they were doing? When was the last time you just jumped in their DMA? This sister Keanu from ABT. I know you had a little, a little issue with Josh, but I just want to make sure you and your family okay. We don't do no crap like that. So the second you try to jump on my grass, that's harsh, Josh. I can't believe you'll say something like that. Hey, you know his profile, you know his YouTube channel. When was the last time you went over there just asked him how he was doing? You didn't, did you? Because you don't care what he doing either. And when you say you don't care if somebody live or die, that don't mean you're wishing death on them. I don't want y'all to get that twisted because we don't do that over here. We Christians. But if you don't care if somebody live or die, that means you ain't checking on them, trying to make sure they all right. That's how you can tell if you don't care if somebody live or die. You ain't checking on them. Right? And that's how we determine that, and that's how you determine if somebody care about your well-being. You check on them, don't you? I ain't doing that. You ain't doing it. We don't care. So don't let those people words affect you. So I like to put stuff in perspective. Why am I hurt by this dude? I wouldn't even care if he died tomorrow. Really makes you think, don't it, Jeff?
Yeah, that was definitely
Right?
something to think about, bro.
Mm-hmm. Rash with words, man. Loose lips. A fool loves to hear himself talk, Gideon, even in text and type. But I don't care. Like I just don't care. Like you're not a part of my life. You don't do anything for me. I have no emotional bond with you. I will not shed a tear or a single tear over you if I discovered today that you died. It would be a tragic in of itself. What you say, Gideon? About talk back in the day. So that is how I used to be back in the day. I told y'all that. That's just how I was. Look, yeah, looking back on it now, I just did it to prove that they were wrong, right? Because I had just stepped out there and I got all these people attacking me. It's like if you the new kid on the block and everybody started attacking you, you know, I felt I had to defend myself. You follow what I'm saying? Like you the new kid, everybody tries, you got to fight back so everybody will know you ain't that dude, right? But then again, that was a 20-year ago, Josh. Everybody could get the smoke. You said something about me, you're gonna get it right back. And you still can periodically get it back if I feel like it needs to be done. But I'm not validating you. I'm just showing the people that you're fake for even coming after me. If you notice, Gideon, when I did those two videos responding to the two dudes that came after us, my whole thing was showing that they were hypocrites for even coming after us, more so than what they were teaching. That's what I wanted people to see. It wasn't about who got the right doctrine. It's about if we're supposed to be Christians, why are we so quick to attack our own? And I like to show people, I like to expose hypocrisy more than argue about doctrine. Because I'm more about conduct. And Christians lack conduct. Just like with this loose lips, this is a conduct situation. It's not being taught. In fact, them coming after us is an example of loose lips. Got to have something to say. Ain't nobody reached out to me. Hey, Brother Josh, can I get a real good breakdown on what you teach? Can I get a one-on-one with you? I just want to know what you believe. Nope, just go immediately attacking. Rash with words. They're not being taught how to move. They just hand these people Bibles, give them a pat on the back. Go out there, be a pastor, be a preacher. No guidance whatsoever. What I said we were going, C-Rock, chapter 8. We already read that.
We did 8-3. Yes.
All right. You know, you don't argue with somebody who talk too much. You just add a few to the fire. It's story time, Jeff. Let's go to Judges. Y'all don't seen this story a million times, but it's finna slap a little different with the context is given. This is Judges, chapter 16. We're reading about Samson.
Okay.
It's amazing how you can read this Bible a million times and get millions of different lessons out of the same stories you don't read so many times.
You got that right.
I try to tell y'all, man. Strongest man who ever lived. That's what we're reading about. Right? Judges 16. We're going to read verse 4. This is about Samson and Delilah. People say, what was Samson's weakness? You'll tell them, oh, his weakness was, if he shaved his head. That wasn't Samson's weakness. Did y'all know that? Did you know that, Jeff? Gideon, Kevin J?
Now that you said that, now I know where you're going. So no.
It wasn't a woman. It was them loose lips. There you go, Gideon. Talking too much. We're gonna show you that. See? Y'all already know. See, that's why I love y'all, because y'all learning. Y'all already know it. Y'all already see. See, y'all done read this story a million times. Did anybody ever associate Samson's weakness with being talking too much? Tell the truth. If you have before, that's cool. If you haven't. Jeff, you ever did that?
It was
Kevin
one of,
J?
I never thought of the main one as the main one. Put it that way.
Nope.
Right?
Not like that. Not like that.
I'm going to show y'all this, right? Story time. Judges 16-4. Strongest man that ever lived now. Don't forget that part. Strongest man ever lived. Judges 16-4. Read that, please.
Judges chapter 16, verse 4. And it came to pass afterward that he loved a woman in the valley of Sorek, whose name was Delilah.
Now, y'all know about the story of Samson and Delilah, and she asked him about his strength, right? And he kept giving her false reasons for the source of his strength, right? We ain't gonna read through all of them because y'all know that. Skip down and read verses 15-21 and pay a close attention to this story. Go ahead and read.
Verse 15. And she said unto him, how canst thou say, I love thee, when thy heart is not with me? Thou hast mocked me these 3 times, and hast not told me wherein thy great strength lieth.
Before he told her, did she know the source of his strength, Jeff? Before he told her.
No, had no idea.
So wouldn't that mean, Jeff, that was a secret that she didn't know?
True indeed.
Go back. You're still in Judges chapter 4, right? Read 5 and watch what it say.
And the lords of the Philistines came up unto her and said unto her, entice him and see wherein his great strength lieth, and what mean we may prevail against him, that we may bind him to afflict him, and we will give thee every one of us 1,100 pieces of silver.
So did they know the secret of his strength, Jeff?
No, sir.
So the Philistines didn't know. Delilah didn't know. They said, entice him. seduce him. Strongest man that ever lived. What was his weakness? It wasn't his hair. Not per se. His weakness was talk too damn much. His lips were too loose. Had he never said anything, they never would have got him. Do everybody agree with that? Do everybody agree? That's the only way they got him, right? He talked too much. Strongest man that ever lived, brought to his knees. People say, and I've said it before too, his weakness was his hair. Yes, we know that was the source. That was the source of his strength. But that wasn't his weakness. That would be like calling kryptonite the source of Superman's strength. Kryptonite is the weakness. It's not the source. Kryptonite weakens Superman. Right? If somebody were to ask you what's Superman's weakness, they had to discover what his weakness was. Lex Luthor had to figure it out. What's the source of his strength? We don't know the source of his strength. We just know he's strong. We don't know. Okay, then how do we weaken him? Well, first, we got to find out what the weakness is. How did she get the weakness out of him? Loose lips.
That's right.
Now go back to verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to read 16 to 21. Pay attention to this.
Judges
Go
chapter
ahead.
16, verse 16. And it came to pass when she pressed him daily with her words and urged him so that his soul was vexed unto death.
So he didn't immediately crack. She had to wear him down. Right? And she vexed him to death. She was after that secret. Right? All he had to do was keep his mouth shut. And he would have been untouchable to the day he died. What was Samson's true weakness, Jeff? What was his true weakness?
His mouth, running his mouth.
Running his mouth. You can't say that his hair was his weakness. They didn't even know about his hair.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like it said Samson was asleep one day and they were just experimenting. They cut his hair. Aha, that's his weakness. No. He let somebody weaken his lips. That's what happened. That's why you got to be careful who you line down with, fellas. This is the strongest man that ever lived, and his loose lips brought him to his knees. And you lay in the bed next to that woman, and you just telling her all your weaknesses. Because that's what she wanted to know. She wanted to know his weakness. Right? She pillow talked him right out of his strength. Keep reading.
Verse 17. That he told her all his heart and said unto her, there hath not come a razor upon my head, for I have been a Nazarite unto God from my mother's womb. If I be shaven, then my strength will go from me, and I shall become weak and be like any other man.
Right? So his hair was the source of his strength. His hair wasn't his weakness. Shaving it was the weakness. Y'all understand the difference? Somebody say, what was Samson's weakness? His hair? No, his hair wasn't his weakness. His hair was his strength.
Mm-hmm.
A shaved head was his weakness. But they wouldn't have even known that. How did they discover his weakness? What was the true weakness here? Loose lips. Nobody ever look at the story of Samson like that. They understand that, a woman weakened him. He was weak on the woman. I don't told y'all that before. That's true. That's all true. People understand that once you shave his head, his strength went away. Also, all true. You know, it can be more than one thing can be right. But at the end of the day, what is the most right? What is the main reason she was able to discover the source of his strength, Jeff?
To get him to run his mouth.
Get him to run his mouth, them loose lips. Had he never done that, she would never been able to get him. She cracked him, y'all. That's what she did, like a safe. She cracked Samson like a safe. She got the combination. Keep reading.
Verse 18. And when Delilah saw that he had told her all his heart, she sent and called for the lords of the Philistines, saying, Come up this once, for he hath showed me all his heart. Then the lords of the Philistines came up unto her and brought money in their hand.
Them loose lips. Samson was the strongest man that ever lived, and he was a local celebrity in Israel. Y'all know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was a celebrity. He was a hero. He was a judge. Judges were famous. They were like our modern day celebrities.
That's
right? And he let that woman know his secret. Them loose lips got him in trouble, y'all. His hair didn't do nothing to him. That was his real weakness right there.
Hey, Josh, can it be said that a woman, his desire for women in his mouth was 1A and 1B, or 1 and 1A?
You mean like you can say that they played a combinational role? Yes.
Yes.
Right? Okay. But at the end of the day, there are men who are weak on women, and they still know how to keep their mouth shut. Am I right?
Yes.
There are men that are weak on women, and they still know how to keep their mouth shut, so I can't make them be the same, like totally. Mm-hmm. That's why I got to separate them. You follow what I'm saying?
Especially in secrecy when you got a few.
Exactly. So ultimately, you can say it was a combination of being weak on women, right? Mm-hmm. He was also being stupid because he was sleeping with the enemy. You follow what I'm saying? That was just stupid right there. Even his own parents was like, you can't find somebody among your own people. You want to go sleep with the enemy? I mean, they were literally at war with the Philistines during that time, and it sounds like I want to get a woman from among the enemy. Like they were literally at war with them. Right? And he went and he did that. But it was his lips. He told. Imagine, y'all, just imagine. If he never told her, if he just kept gaslighting her, because he was gaslighting her with these fake reasons, right? Imagine if he never told her. They would have never been able to touch him. Like, y'all do know that Samson was untouchable. He wasn't just strong, he was a skilled warrior. He could be killed because he even told the Israelites, they were being threatened by the Philistines. They said, give us Samson or we're going to really, destroy y'all. So they asked him, like, if we don't give you up, they're going to kill all of us. So he said, okay, just bind me up, but don't kill me. So he wasn't immortal, right? He could be killed if he allowed himself to be killed. But as long as he was on guard, you couldn't touch him. So he told his weakness. He told him, this is my kryptonite right here. Who would do that? Right? That's crazy. Think about it, right? Let's just think about this for a second. We got Jeff. We got Kevin J. We got Gideon. We got myself, and we got Keanu on stage. God gives us riches, fame, and power. And also actual physical strength. We in good shape. And God says, y'all will always be like this as long as y'all never tell anybody the source of your strength. How many of y'all, who I just named, is 5 of us on the stage right now? Out of the 5 of us, how many of us do y'all in the audience think would crack and end up blowing the mission? And on the stage, y'all can say the same thing. Secret agents say too.
None.
I want to say none. I want to say none. Right? That's what Samson had. That's what Samson had. God gave this man crazy strength, unbeatable. All he had to do was just keep his mouth shut. Hold up. Don't that sound like something I've been saying all day, Jeff? We already got the W. All we need to do is do what, Jeff? What I've been saying all day.
Oh, I can't remember the exact phrase, but you
when
said
I say shut up. That's what I'm saying. Just shut up.
Don't talk yourself out of a W.
Don't talk yourself out of the W. I say take your W and do what? I know you remember that part. And go home.
Go home. That's what
right?
it was. Yes.
Yeah. Take your W and go home. Just shut up. Sisters and brothers, what did Samson have to do to win? What's the only thing he had to do, Jeff? Keanu, Gideon, Kevin J,
Be quiet.
Chad?
Shut
Be
up.
That's
quiet.
it. That's it. Nobody thinks about it like that. Nobody. See, like I told y'all, when I read this book, stuff be jumping off the page at me. At the end, everybody get into the dynamics of Delilah seduce him. Of course, that is true. Right? But when I read this story, you know what I mainly see? I see a man who destroyed himself because he couldn't shut up. Ain't that how she got him? She got him to run his mouth. I would have been like, girl, I don't care how good this smashing is. I'm not telling you the source of my strength. And you laid right up there in enemy territory. The only reason why you able to go up and down and just lay up in y'all gotta understand, man, that's some real gangster stuff where you in the enemy's land sleeping with one of their women and they can't even touch you. Tell me, have you seen anything even in comic books more gangster than that?
Mm-hmm.
That's super gangster right there.
That's super gangster. How everybody in that city hate you. They want you dead. And you so gangster, you walk up and they're like, what? Oh, ain't nobody gonna do nothing? Cool. Man, I'm smashing one of your own. And I'm laid up in there like that right now. Right? And I'm gonna be stupid enough to tell you the only thing that can make y'all take me out. Like, have you forgot where you were? Right? Even if I would have told her, I would have told her in Israel. Let me take you back to Israel and tell you about this.
Yeah, right. No doubt.
He told her right up in the spot. She got a whole gang outside. Y'all know how these women do. Like, they'll be dating a guy got a lot of money, and they'll bring him home, and then she got a whole gang run up in there and rob him. This happens today. Guys go to a hood that he don't know or he ain't welcome in, and he messing with a girl out there, and she set him up. You in enemy territory, bruh, and you leaking secrets of that magnitude? She had them good, y'all. Don't get it twisted. I'm not knocking her seduction. But, yo, this is the only thing keeping me alive right now. That you don't know my secret. I would have been suspicious. Why you keep asking me about that? I ain't telling you that now. You know what I'm saying? I'm invincible. Well, I'm invincible right now. I ain't gonna tell you that. If I do tell you, you ain't gonna be up in here. Keep reading. We at verse 19.
Okay, yeah.
Verse 18. Verse 18.
Verse 18.
Did we read? Well, go to 19. We'll read 19. Yeah, let's read verse 19.
Judges chapter 16, verse 19. And she made him sleep upon her knees, and she called for a man, and she caused him to shave off the 7 locks of his head. And she began to afflict him, and his strength went from him.
I mean, she began to torture him. But notice where it said he would sleep at. It said she caused him to sleep on her knee, like his head laid up in the lap. Whole time he laid up in the lap, she probably stroking that. Oh yeah, it's over for you. You don't even know. You just don't even know. You feel me? Called that barber up in there, cut all his locks off. Because he had loose lips. What's the moral of the story, y'all? Even the strongest man in the world can be taken out if he talk too much. That's what I get from this more than anything. If the strongest man in the world can be taken out, brought to his knees just because he talked too much, what you think can happen to a Josh or a Jeff or a Keanu or a Kevin J or a Gideon? We ain't nowhere near as strong as Samson was. And they wonder why. I'm telling y'all, man, them loose lips. Let's move on. Back to C-Rock, chapter 20. These stories, when you really look back on them in retrospect, Kevin J, really make you think about it, don't it? Like nobody really focused on the fact that he ran his mouth.
Right.
See, that's what it really was. At the end of the day, I don't care if y'all say she seduced her, when she did. At the end of the day, Samson's downfall was not that he messed with Delilah. It's not that she was very seductive. It's really not that he was in enemy territory. How can you say all of that isn't why, Josh? Because none of that took him out. If those were the reasons, then that would have got him without her cutting his hair. What took him out is when he ran his mouth. He was right in their territory. He wasn't in dangerous territory as long as he had his strength. They all knew he was there. Y'all do know Samson just walked in the places. Y'all know that, right? He wasn't like Paul getting lowered in the basket and running around. Samson walked up bold in the place like, what? He wanted all the smoke. So they left him alone. What you gonna do? That dude killed 3,000 people with a donkey's jawbone. 3,000. Bruce Lee ain't ever beaten on 3,000 people. You follow what I'm saying? You have to bring in your whole military, like everybody. And you ain't got no resources like that. You follow what I'm saying? It was like on training day. Somebody mentioned that in the chat, how Alonzo used to go in that hood. They acting all nice with him. So I can't stand it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you making a lot of hood references right now. A lot of stuff that you're saying is definitely reminding me of, like, you know what I'm saying, South Side. A lot of stuff there. And when dudes got caught up on the South Side, it's particularly because they told the wrong woman the wrong thing.
Exactly. Them loose lips. But that's how Samson used to be going up in the Philistines territory. Just like Alonzo coming out on training day, he'll cop. Everybody hate cops. And he just walk up in there. And what he doing? Messing around with a woman up in there. Right? Did he have a woman on training day? Eva Mendes, the woman, that's the name of the actress who played her. Yep. Eva Mendes.
Facts.
He even told Alonzo even told his partner, you know, Ethan Hawke. I forget the name, let's see, Hoyt, Officer Hoyt. He even told him how you get him. He said, because they know what I do. He said, I tax them. They know not to mess with me. They don't like me, but what they gonna do? I just walk in their bowl. I guess you could say that Hoyt was Denzel's hair. Because by the end of the movie, they were not scared of him.
Right.
But that's how Samson was. All Samson had to do, one job. Don't mention the source of your strength. Don't tell anybody. He could have kept coming up in there, kept messing with Delilah. For all we know, walk right out. What y'all gonna do? Who wanna die tonight? I killed 3,000 of y'all the other day. And he probably ain't them about 20 of y'all. Right? Who slips, y'all? That story right there hit me different when I think about this part of it. Mouth got him in trouble. Let's move on. Back to C-Rock, chapter 20. Strongest man that ever lived. Ooh. I always be thinking about that. Dang, Samson, you just didn't say nothing. It's Sirach chapter 20, also known as Ecclesiasticus. We're going to read verses 5 to 8, and then we're going to skip. That's crazy, ain't it, y'all? When y'all really did think about that Samson, hey, you mean to tell me all he had to do was just not tell nobody? Exactly. That's it. What am I going to tell you my weakness for? Come on here. Hey, Josh, how the best way we could take you out? I ain't about to tell you that. I don't care what that bedroom game looking like. What's the best way to take me out? That's what she was asking him. What's the best way to take you out? I ain't about to tell you that. I said there's 10 Delilahs up in there. She might tell you, you might be able to get it out of me back in Israel. Then I tell you, and then, you surrounded by my peeps. And then the Bible tell you when his hair grew back, he was cool again. You follow what I'm saying? I tell you, in my territory, and then even if you cut my hair, I'm still cool because if you're around my people, and I'll holler at you in a couple of months and I got that these back. Be untouchable all over again. But don't underestimate that enticing, though. That enticement. You follow what I'm saying? Don't underestimate that. Because you can be tight-lipped or your lips can be sealed. And somebody can seduce them secrets up out of you. Women can seduce secrets out of you. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy for me to say that, but I ain't seen Delilah. I don't know what she looked like, Jeff. I don't know if I would have been the strongest Samson, right? I can say anybody can on Monday morning quarterback something. If I was back then, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if she was shaking them hips or twerking or anything for him. I probably would have been like, woman, I ain't telling you nothing. You know what? Ever since I was a kid, my hair been growing, and I probably would have been there telling her what the best barber clippers to use on my texture of hair. You know what I'm saying?
Like that, Josh. She was bad like that.
I wasn't there. You feel me? What you say, Kevin Jake?
I said she was bad like that, man.
You know what I'm saying? She probably bad like that. I would have been telling her all the secrets. I'm not up here acting like I'm untouchable, like I can't be broken. I don't want nobody to think that, like he think he would have been different. No, I ain't talking like that. I probably would have been back there, man. You know what I'm saying? I would have told her, I got 4B hair texture and I got like some little Jerry curl in here right now, you know what I'm saying? So cut with the grain. I would have been telling her to cut with the grain and everything.
Wow.
You feel me? I wasn't there. I'm just saying. I don't know what she did to her. I would have been giving her beauty tips. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you line me up right here too. You got to line it up too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, man, these women, boy, they can get stuff out of you.
Yes, sir.
I don't underestimate them. They can get something out of you. You know what I'm saying? But that still don't change the fact that it will still hit loose lips, though, right? That still remains true, right? I'm just saying, be careful, fellas. It's Sirach 20, 5 to 8. And then we're going to skip read that, please.
Sirach chapter 20, verse 5. There is one that keepeth silence and is found wise, and another by much babbling becometh hateful.
Now it said there is one that keepeth silence and is found wise. Remember, we read that in Proverbs that even a fool is considered wise if he, keep quiet. This is echoing that, right? And then it says, and another by much babbling becometh hateful. Babbling means just going on and on, but you're not really talking about nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Is it they become hateful, right? We don't want to become hateful. We want to keep silent and be wise. All throughout this book, we're warned about these loose lips. Samson, as far as I found, is the worst example of somebody's mouth getting them in trouble. It even says he told her all his heart. Didn't it say that? All his heart.
Wow.
Told her everything. You know what I'm saying? Right? Keep reading.
Verse 6. Some man holdeth his tongue, because he hath not to answer. And some keepeth silence, knowing his time.
It says some man holds his tongue. That means he's quiet because he have not to answer. He don't know the answer. And some keep silence, knowing his time. It's showing you the two reasons why people are quiet. Some don't say anything because they don't know the answer. And some don't say because they're waiting for the right time to say it. That's how we're supposed to be. But if somebody is quiet, we don't know why they're quiet. I don't know if Jeff is quiet because he don't know the answer or if he's just waiting for his time to get in.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But keep reading.
Verse 7. A wise man will hold his tongue till he see opportunity, but a babbler and a fool will regard no time.
A wise man will hold his tongue till he see opportunity. In other words, he's going to wait and be quiet until he see the right time or chance to talk. He ain't going to be rash with his tongue like we read about in Ecclesiastes. He's going to wait. Y'all don't see people doing this when they come up in here, do y'all? Loose lips soon as they walk in. But what does it say about a fool? It says, but a babbler and a fool, a babbler, somebody just talk too much, not talking about anything. But a babbler and a fool will regard no time. What that means is they don't care if it's the right moment for them to talk or if it's their time to talk. They just talk. They just run their mouth. Sound familiar, Jeff?
Oh, for sure.
I'm trying to teach y'all the right way to do this. If you're coming into a chat room for the first time, it's not time for you to talk if you just showed up.
Right.
Wait for your opportunity. Know when the right time. You got to use your judgment. I just showed up. I've been here 30 seconds. It's not time for me to talk. I'm going to wait for my opportunity. When would that be? After you at least know what we're talking about, what's going on. People coming here 30 seconds. Heretic. Dang, really? You ain't even going to wait? You ain't going to try to see the right opportunity to talk? You're talking as soon as you open the door. Loose lips, y'all. Loose lips. This is the problem we're dealing with. Right? You had verse 7. Okay, Jeff. Read verse 8, please.
8, sure. Sirach chapter 20, verse 8. He that useth many words shall be abhorred, and he that taketh to himself authority, therein shall be hated.
It said, he that useth many words shall be what, Jeff?
Shall be abhorred or hated.
And what does abhor mean?
It means to be hated.
Why is it that it's saying that people who use many words will be hated? Because a fool uses a lot of words and eventually going to say something stupid, likely something that's offensive, something he shouldn't have said. People don't even like other people who talk too much. That's the thing about it. It's not even something that is just talking about you personally. You don't like nobody who talk too much. Nobody likes somebody who talk too much about nothing. Nobody likes that. And then look what else it said. It says, and he that taketh to himself authority therein shall be hated. Authority therein means not only is he talking too much, he's giving himself his own authority with all this babbling. Sound familiar? People come here talking all this. I'm like, what did it say that in the Bible? Well, they're in there, but I'm just still saying, so you your own authority and you running your mouth. And it said they shall be hated. But when I show how irritated I am, they say something wrong with me. But I'm showing y'all for the Bible, that's how I'm supposed to be feeling. That's how anybody's supposed to feel. Not only do you got loose lips, you your own authority in your babble. That's crazy, ain't it? That stuff like this is in C-Rock, isn't it?
Right.
That means it was going on back then. You running off at the mouth, you got loose lips, And you are your own authority. You giving yourself authority in your nonsense. You're talking like you know what you're talking about. That's what I mean. Like you're an authoritarian on a topic. You're an authority on a topic. That means like you know what you're talking about. That's what that is. Somebody just running their mouth and they're talking like they're an authority on the topic. And they're not even talking about anything. Does this sound like this chat room when people come up in here, Jeff? Tammy J, Gideon, Keanu, do we see that? That's what we see. Loose lips. Talk too much. But Jeff, same chapter, skip down and read verses 19 and 20.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Sirach chapter 20, verse 19. An unseasonable tale will always be in the mouth of the unwise.
It said an unseasonable tale will always be in the mouth of the unwise. An unseasonable, that means a tale out of season or something being said at the wrong time. What this verse is saying, the fool will always say the wrong thing at the wrong time.
Mm-hmm.
Loose lips. The fool will that was unwise being the fool. They will always say the wrong thing at the wrong time. We're having a conversation about something and he just chime in and just say something stupid at the wrong time. Ain't got nothing to do with what we talking about. How many times we seen that?
Since Pal Talk.
Since Pal Talk. We don't supposed to be doing that. People come in, they just pop up. We ain't even talking about that. This is the wrong thing at the wrong time. We're here talking about helping your neighbor. Somebody just pop in. What do you think about the Trinity? Huh? We ain't even talking about the Trinity. Which y'all are. What I mean when I say unseasonable, that means at the wrong season, the wrong time. Right? These are the characteristics. I'm showing y'all these are idiots we're dealing with, y'all. Freaking morons. Right? That's what a fool loves to do. Fool loves to just introduce a completely unrelated topic
Mm-hmm.
in the middle of somebody talking about something.
Yeah,
when you think of it like that, Jeff, a lot of stupid people on social media in these chat rooms too, ain't it? A lot of them.
yes, sir.
Don't get mad at me. I'm just the messenger, right? Read verse 20. Look what it says right here.
Sirach chapter 20, verse 20. A wise sentence shall be rejected when it cometh out of a fool's mouth, for he will not speak it in due season.
Do you see what it's saying, Jeff? Even when a fool speaks a wise sentence, that's like a parable or a proverb or a saying or a maxim or just something that's just wise. It said it will be rejected because he will not speak it when, Jeff? What did it say?
He shall not speak it in due season or the right time.
So that means even if you know what you're talking about, we're still going to reject it because your stupid behind is speaking it at the wrong time. Even if you know what you're talking about, you could be totally right. But if you interject it at the wrong time, we're not talking about that. People ain't going to want to hear it. Do y'all understand that? We got to understand. That's why I was telling Gideon earlier when he asked, what if you right about what you're talking about? I didn't want to give it away. Remember you asked me that earlier, Jeff? Like, like, what if they're, like, he asked about the pastor and the eating pork. You remember that, Jeff?
You talking about Gideon?
Gideon earlier, when he asked that earlier.
Yes,
right?
Sir.
And I was telling him that you still in the wrong if you're doing it for the wrong reason, like trying to trip them up and stuff like that.
True.
But I didn't want to bring this part out because I didn't want to get ahead of my class. Meaning, if you do it at the wrong time, even if you right, it will be rejected.
Mm-hmm.
You come into a Sunday church and they're talking about the Holy Spirit, and you come in there and you want to argue with them about the dietary law. You right about what you're saying, But this ain't what they talking about. This ain't the time for that right now. That's what people do here. We're talking about one thing, and they come in and they want to talk about something else. There ain't the time for that. This is what we're talking about right now. Now in Q&A, of course, you can ask about anything. But when we teach, they come in here, right? I'm talking about loose lips. Somebody in the chat. Oh, do y'all believe the Trinity up here? Dude, we're talking about loose lips, man. You could be right about your view of the Trinity. We don't want to hear it. Not because we think you're wrong, because you're speaking it out of due season. So it's not just if you're right, you got to say stuff at the right time. We don't know how to do that. We care about, I'm right. No, yes, you're right. Everything you said is right. But not right now. Y'all understand that? It's timing in this thing. We don't care nothing about time because, we love to talk. Like I said, a fool don't regard time. Didn't it say that, Jeff?
That's right, brother.
He don't regard time. He just I got something to say. Okay, brother, wait. We in class gonna be over. We don't have people coming here. As soon as they get here, we in class gonna be over. When it's over, fool. That's when it's gonna be over. When it's over. They don't want to regard no time. They just want to talk. Those loose lips. Talk too much. Can't wait. Don't care what time it is. You the type of dude, somebody grieving. They come on here, Jeff might be grieving about something. You still trying to debate Jeff. Jeff just told you he grieving, man. This ain't the time for that. You want to argue with him. They ain't talking about that right now. I still want to argue about that. You don't have any regard for time. You could be completely right. I said some people sabotage themselves. I'll tell the fellas that. You sabotage yourself. It's not what you're telling her is wrong. It's just the wrong time for you to be telling her that. You tell stuff too early or you reveal it too late. You don't have any concept of when. Let me tell y'all something. When we are speaking about stuff that's important, when is a very important factor. When should I say this? Is this the time for this? Or should I wait?
Mm-hmm.
Or have I taken too long? You got anything you want to say, Jeff?
Yeah, man, this is a shining example, and I know you remember this. Unfortunately, years ago, my youngest brother committed suicide, and I took the initial call, had to go down to the police station, and everything went through me, and I was ready to go off. There was so much tension built, and I remember I spoke to you, Josh, and I told you that I was conducting a service, and I was going to go off. And I told you what I was going to say, and you said, no, don't say none of that stuff. Otherwise, you're going to be looked at as the brother who chose to make an ass out of himself at his brother's funeral. And I remember you told me, he's like, just say you hope that he found the peace that he was looking for. Keep it simple. And the best thing that I did, because I definitely didn't want to look back on that, and be emotional and do something I regret. So this is definitely a perfect scripture to break that down.
That was years ago. How many years ago was that, Joe?
That was 2015. So 9 years.
2015.
Yes, sir.
Almost 10 years ago.
Yep.
So that means I've been saying the same thing, haven't I?
Most
I ain't never did this particular lesson, have I? I ain't never did this lesson, though, have I?
Not at all. Not at all.
So at least as far as Jeff knows, 10 years I've been knowing this. At least the last 10 years. And I was just telling him exactly what he said. Like, that ain't the right time to get off into all of that. You follow what I'm saying? Only thing we care about is if we're right. We never care about if this is the right time. When you got loose lips, time don't exist. You just want to just run your mouth. We got to know when to speak too. That's very important. Timing is everything when it comes to certain situations. You can't always come in trying to interject what's on your mind, even when you're right.
That's
it will
right.
be rejected. Even if you're telling the truth, even 100% right, it will be rejected because your timing was off. I teach timing in my counseling sessions too. When people ask me for advice, I don't just tell them what, I also give them a when. When should I do this, Josh? This will be the best time to do this. Don't do this now, bro. It's too early for that. Or it's too late for that. That ship don't sail. You do it now, it's only going to make things worse. This is what I try to tell y'all, man. Church don't tell you this. They don't tell you how to function. We're supposed to learn how to function. This word is supposed to transform us. It's supposed to make us perfect. Not perfect as in infallible, perfect as in mindset. Let's move on. Let's go to C-Rock 32. And we only got 2 more after that. Timing is everything, y'all. It's everything. You remember, and Gideon remember this, I know I told him this too. When I first started studying with Gideon, about the first 2 weeks that we did this on Discord like this, everybody wanted me to do a lesson on the Trinity. What you think of the Trinity? Trinity. What I have to tell y'all back then? I don't want to talk about that yet. I know you remember that, Jeff, Kevin J, Keanu. Oh, Gideon know it.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't want to talk about that yet. I sure did, Gideon. Yep. Mm-hmm. And it still shut them down. But do you remember, Gideon, why I told you I didn't want to do a class on the Trinity yet? Anybody remember the specific reason I gave? That's one reason why. Yeah, I didn't say that. I forgot about that. That is one reason, but I said they weren't ready yet. It wasn't the right time. Exactly. Yep. Stuff that's important. See, even when I do classes, y'all, based on my timing. By the time I got around to doing the Trinity, y'all was a lot more mature for it. Y'all were more ready to hear it. But I wanted to get y'all to a certain level before I start running my mouth about something. A lot of people not ready for what we're doing over here, y'all. We forget this, but we don't forget it. Absolute Bible Truth is an advanced Bible study class. This is not cap. I'm just stating the facts. It's not a brag. Y'all know this. This is an advanced Bible study class. Most people who come through here, they are not ready for what we're teaching. And they let us know that by how they act. They are immediately irritated. So when people ask about the Trinity, no, there wasn't the seasons for that. But by the time I got around to it, I had people in my DM. They told me, Josh, I used to believe in the Trinity until I heard you. But I guarantee you, if I would have did that a year ago, them people probably wouldn't have been around long enough to even put that in my DM. So y'all, when you're bringing messages, you got to ask yourself, are people ready to hear this yet? If you talk to an individual, are they ready for that? Me and Gideon talk about this kind of stuff all the time behind the scenes. Like, if he's making a move, or if I'm doing a class, you think they ready for that? Timing is everything, y'all. But when you got loose lips, you can't wait to get it out. You just gotta, I want to tell everybody, no. Wait for your moment. Wait for your opportunity. It told us that. See, I'm a patient guy. There's a lot of plans that I have, God willing, they come to fruition. But I don't just jump out the window on anything. I've been making y'all promises. Like, I got a book coming out, God willing, still do. Got merch coming out, God willing, still do. I didn't rush into it. I didn't rush. I'm waiting for my opportunity, or I was waiting for my opportunity. I want y'all to think about that. You know, it's strategy, y'all. It's tactics. I don't put everything out there. You shouldn't do it either. Don't ever let nobody know everything on your mind. You know, if you're planning something, right? And if you're planning something with somebody, you know, you're supposed to share it in, but don't let them know. Don't let your enemies know what's on your mind. Don't tell them, let them tell on themselves. You don't do nothing, right? You don't show people the cards you plan. You don't do that. You don't tell anybody what chess moves you're making. Don't talk too much. You're going to be like Samson. You know what I'm saying? Samson talked too much, didn't he? That's what got him in the end. He should have said nothing, you know? And he was traveling by himself. Did y'all notice Samson was alone? He wasn't traveling with any companions. If he would have had like a counselor or somebody with him or just a friend and he told him what was going on, they probably like, Samson, whatever you do, don't tell that woman your weakness, dude. She gonna try to get it out of you. If I was back then and I knew what I knew and I was with Samson and I'm not comparing myself to him, I still think despite what he did, how he went out, he still was a greater man than I ever be. But if I were back then and I knew the narrative, I would at least like try to put some in this here like, yo, Samson, you know, you strong, you in enemy territory, man, but whatever you do, don't tell that woman your weakness because she might try to get it out of you. I would have tried to say something like that. But he was traveling by himself. I mean, you don't need no crew when you Samson. Samson don't need an entourage. He is the entourage. Right? Just something to think about. Where we stop at, Jeff? Verse what?
We
Oh, yeah,
finished.
32. Yeah, we finished.
We skipping down to
Yeah,
30.
you are 32 and verse 8. Check this one out.
Okay. Get there. Sirach 32, verse 8. Let thy speech be short, comprehending much and few words. Be as one that knoweth and yet holdeth his tongue.
Look what it said. Let your speech be short, comprehending much in few words. What do you think that means, Jeff? I know you understand the let your speech be short part. What do you think it means when it says comprehending much in few words? Who thinks they can tell me what that means?
I think when you say something short and precise, it sticks with you more than if you keep on babbling and then people lose the main topic of what you're talking about.
No, not quite. Somebody in the chat got it. Look what they said. Do you see what they said in the top of the chat? The most recent chat?
No, I don't even look at the chat.
Oh, my bad. You can't see
it. Yeah. No, I can see. I just don't have it.
I mean, the chat. But look what it said, though. You ever heard somebody say short but sweet?
Short and sweet. Yeah,
So it was short and sweet. That means you didn't say that much, but it got a lot out of it. Look what it said. Let your speech be short. Comprehending meaning understanding much, a lot in a few words. Right? That's how it's telling us how we're supposed to be giving out information. Always try to keep it short and simple. Don't be rambling on and making it longer than it has to be. If it has to be long, fine. But if it don't have to be, keep it short and sweet. But make sure people get a lot out of what you said, even though you didn't say that much. Did y'all even know something like this was in the Bible? We hear stuff like this all the time, short and sweet, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Get to the point. Don't come up here or anywhere else in life and just be beating around the bush. Get to the dang point. Jump the hurdle, man. Say what you got to say. Make it clear, but don't take forever to get there. Y'all don't see people come up here before I'm asking them a question. They got to give me a whole essay. I don't want an essay, dude. Give me the short version. That's related to that, but that's dealing with when somebody asks you a question. That's when you say yes and no. This is talking about if you're just trying to teach or explain something. Right? Try to keep it brief, if possible, but say a lot. Y'all ever heard the term on the phrase, less is more?
For sure.
Anybody ever heard that before? That's what this is talking about here. When I was in college, one of my literature teachers told me, they said, Josh, you write very, very well, but it's lengthy. Just chop it up. It's very concise what you're saying, but it's like you're going on and on unnecessarily. I had to learn to be concise with my words. This is a good exercise, bro, for people that want to speak publicly and who's trying to write a paper. If you got a college paper that you got to write, don't be wordy. I see YouTube videos like that, and they be educational, and they just be going on and on. Like, dude, get to the point. The intro too dang long. I'm already sleeping, dude. Get to the point. Jump the hurdle. Make your case. Say a lot while saying a little. We got a problem with that. Y'all see me on the stage. Y'all notice when they be on the stage, be talking to me, they be going, I'm like, man, come on. I didn't ask you all that. Come on, man. Say what you're going to say. Man, people in the chat. Man, you impatient, Josh. Let them finish. No, I'm not impatient. I'm just trying to get the dude to say a lot while saying a little. That's how we supposed to want to be. That's why I shoot from the hip. That's why I tell y'all straight up like it is. I don't drag y'all along. Tell y'all straight. You follow what I'm saying? We like to agonize. We like to torture people with lengthy responses. And no. Yes or no? I don't need an essay. I don't need to hear your life story. I don't need a preamble. Because people try to do that. And sometimes people deliberately do that. They call it, what do we call that today? Begin with an F. Who knows? I know somebody in the chat know it on the stage. What we call it today? When somebody go on and on, wasting time. It begin with an F. Who can tell me in the chat first?
Filibuster.
On the stage. Filibuster. There you go, Kevin J. That's called filibustering. The Bible said we're supposed to filibuster, y'all. That's crazy that it's in the scriptures, ain't it, Kevin J? Telling you not to filibuster. But look what else the other part of that says. It says, be as one that knoweth and yet holdeth his tongue. In other words, learn how to act like you know, but yet you're choosing not to speak. There's some powerful stuff, man, about these loose lips, ain't it? We don't want to be wordy. I done been reading some stuff, like I be reading these Bible dictionaries and stuff. I'm like, man, they must have got paid by the word or something. Because the way they write this stuff out, it just seems so lengthy and on and on. That's why even my book that I got coming out, when y'all read it, y'all gonna see, and y'all see how I be posting stuff on Instagram, and y'all notice that it's never a lengthy quote. You notice that, Kevin J? And I know Kevin J knows. He's like, they can go on the t-shirt. You don't put a lot on a t-shirt.
Yeah, no. It's short to the point. It makes its point very quickly. Yep.
Right. Try to say what I'm trying to say in as few words as possible, but saying a lot. That's how the book of Proverbs is. That's how all maxims and wisdom books are. It's like you just say one thing. It's a lot that you say in a few words, one verse. Y'all got to learn to do that. If you want to be a writer, if you want to be a speaker, just because your speech is long don't mean you're not doing it right. Just whatever topic in your speech you're talking about. Try to get to the point as quickly as possible and try to say a lot. If you do it too quick, you ain't gonna say enough. If you do it too slow, now you're filibustering. You're just dragging it out. Try to say a lot in a little. Write that down. Try to say, and not just in a speech, if you're trying to teach or trying to write a book, when you're dealing in everyday life. If you're dealing with your wife, if you're dealing with your boss or whatever, try to say a lot in a little. Because that's what that verse is saying. Ain't it, Jeff? Ain't that what that verse saying?
Yes, sir.
Now let's go to Matthew, and we got one more after that. This is what Gideon was talking about right here. I'd be like, man, get to the point, man. Oh my goodness, I can't stand when somebody just be like, they know what they want to say. It's not. I understand if some people are not articulate enough, and that's what's jamming them up. I can give a pass on that. You don't know how to use the right words. I get that. But if you already know what you want to say, man, jump the hurdle, get to the point, make your case. People want to come on, they just want to just torture you with words. And some people do it on purpose. Because they want to wear you down. Right? No. I get straight to the point. It don't take no 5 minutes to answer a 2-second question. Do you believe the Bible or not? Remember that time we had that guy on stage? Do you believe the Bible? Well, you got to, what do you mean by believe? Dude, do you think the words are true?
Was this the atheist girl?
It wasn't a girl, it was the dude. It was a guy.
No, that's a guy. He drove me nuts. That dude.
Yes, Kevin J came off his mic on this dude.
Good Lord.
Good Lord.
Oh, yeah, right. I remember that. That was when Kev was losing his patience that time. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
That guy was doing what? Filibustering. And I only played alone, you know what I'm saying? I was just playing alone. I knew what he was doing. I just wanted them to talk himself into a trap. And he had a lot of words, didn't he, Kevin J? A lot of words. Wasn't talking about nothing.
Lot of words, wasn't saying jack.
Yep. And see, that's the thing about it. We want to be the opposite. The fool says a lot of words and not saying nothing. Or saying very little. We want to say very little, but saying a lot. We want to be the opposite of that. You follow what I'm saying? That's what we want to be. Right? And y'all can see why Kevin J was irritated. Now, based on what we heard in this class today, do everybody agree that Kevin J's attitude and what he said was completely justified by scripture?
100%.
100%. No, I don't even get mad when I be going back and forth with people and y'all chime in like, man, this dude playing, Josh. I don't get mad when y'all jump in because they do. I just let them go on sometimes just because I want to let them talk themselves into a hole. But y'all ain't wrong if y'all cut it short and like, yo, Kel, but the Dutch don't did it plenty of times. Yo, Josh, cut that dude off. You feel me? He don't ask me to do it. He jumped right in, and I don't get mad because dude filibustering. Dude just got loose lips right now. Diarrhea at the mouth. Bunch of talking, but I ain't talking about nothing. Gideon done did it before too. Gideon be on the stage. They be talking about Gideon like, man, that's Gideon live right now. He probably remember Gideon like, man. He'll come off the mic and say, man, and then next thing you know, dude in the audience. Like, we ain't doing with that. Y'all don't be want to hear that mess. I'm just saying, loose lips. Right? This is what Jesus was talking about. Matthew 5, 33 to 37. And this is talking about like your promises and your oaths. Go ahead and read.
Matthew chapter 5, verse 33. Again, you have heard that it hath been said by them of old time, thou shalt not forswear thyself, but shalt perform unto the Lord thine oaths.
I mean that, you're supposed to perform whatever oath you said you were going to perform, but go ahead.
Verse 34. But I say unto you, swear not at all, neither by heaven, for it is God's throne, or by the earth, for it is his footstool, neither by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great king.
So Jesus is telling us, don't get into a situation where you're even making an oath. Because no oath means you can't break an oath. You can't break an oath, you can't get in trouble. Right? But watch what else he says.
Verse 36. Neither shalt thou swear by thy head, because thou canst not make one hair white or black. But let your communication be Yea, yea, nay, nay. For whatsoever is more than these cometh of evil.
So when it comes to these oaths, or what you say you promise you're going to do, because you don't want to do an oath, like if you just make a promise, or like in the Bible, if you just said you were going to do something, even if you didn't say I promise, that was considered a promise. And sometimes a promise and an oath is used interchangeably. But other times, an oath means when you say I swear I'm going to do something. So it can be a little confusing until you look at the context of it. So if I tell Jeff I'm going to do something, that's considered a promise. If I tell Jeff, I swear to God, I'm going to do it, that's an oath. Jesus is telling us to avoid the latter. Don't be swearing, making oaths like that, especially unnecessarily. But then he says, let your yea be yea and your nay be nay. In other words, let your yes be yes and your no be no. The only time you say yes and no is when somebody asking you a question, right? And then he says, for whatsoever is more than these cometh of evil. Why do you think Jesus is saying that if you say anything more than yes or no when it comes to questions, it could become evil? Why do you think that is, Jeff?
Uh, uh,
If you go beyond just a yes or no, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
If you just say yes or no, did you say much?
No.
So if you go beyond yes or no, what are you risking doing?
Saying something that you can't take back or sinning.
Exactly.
Okay.
See, even Jesus was telling you, keep it short and sweet. I don't need all the preamble. Jeff, do you believe in God? Yes, I do, Josh. Do you want to go to hell? No. See? Yay, nay. You ain't get all off into all that other stuff. You ain't gonna risk that. Jesus letting you know anything else, like you said, we read that in Proverbs. Those who talk too much, remember that Gideon read that in that other translation?
Mm-hmm.
Those who talk too much risk saying stupid stuff. You know, that'll get them in trouble. Even your Lord and Savior, sisters and brothers, didn't want you to have loose lips. Let your yea be yea, your nay be nay. You add anything else to that? Evil. Y'all see that? Them loose lips. Let's go to the last one. Let's go to James chapter 3. And James said the same thing too. He repeated it too, but that's not what we're about to read here. Loose lips, y'all. Talking too much. Sinking their own ship. Y'all learned last week who to have in your ear. Now you're learning, you know what I'm saying, what should be coming out your mouth and how much of it. Very little. That's the answer. And at the right time. But this is the last one right here. It's something we all got to master, y'all. Ain't nobody got this master yet. We all got to do it. This is James chapter 3, 7 and 8. Read, please.
3:7. And the subheading is taming the tongue. James chapter verse 7.
Yeah, James chapter 3, 7 and 8.
For every kind of beast and of birds and of serpents and of mankind and of things in the sea is tamed and hath been tamed of mankind.
Y'all seen it before. Y'all see the circus. Y'all see the zoo. Mankind has tamed every animal there is that can be tamed. You go to the circus, the ringmaster sticking his head in lions' mouths and all that stuff. But what have we not tamed yet? What have we not gotten under control? Read the next verse.
Verse 8. But the tongue can no man tame. It is an unruly evil, full of deadly poison.
It said, but the tongue can no man tame. It is an unruly evil, full of deadly poison. Now, when he say no man can tame it, he don't mean we will never be able to get our tongue under control. But as a collective, we will never be able to tame the tongues of men. We can do it individually. But as mankind, nobody can tame it. It said it is an unruly evil full of deadly poison. And that's what we got to do. We got to learn how to tame that tongue or tame them lips. Because we talk too much. We say the wrong thing at the wrong time. We don't know when to shut up. We don't know how to take the W and just go home. If I won, you got to know how to win. You got to know how to be a winner. Some of us know how to win, but we don't know how to be winners. What's the difference, Josh? Knowing how to win means, you know what to do to get the trophy. You know how to win, but being a winner means you know how to behave like a winner. You know, take your trophy and go home. Take your W. Stop talking yourself out of your blessings. We sabotage ourselves. We sabotage our jobs. We sabotage our marriages and other relationships because we got loose lips. We don't know when to shut up. So, sisters and brothers, y'all have seen it. Y'all know what loose lips do. They sink ships. So I pray that y'all all learn to tighten these lips, stop telling everybody all your business, letting people in who don't belong there. Because if you don't, you're going to sink more than just ships. You're going to sink friendships and relationships. We'll be back after these brief announcements. Okay, everybody. Shout out to all 76 of y'all still tuning in who's trying to make sure they don't have those loose lips. So let me just go ahead and get to these announcements, and then we're going to get to this Q&A. Right now, if you're in the audience and you got a question, this is that time to raise your hand up so you can already be in line. First of all, we'd like to thank everybody for coming out today. In case y'all didn't know, we do this every week, every Saturday, every Sabbath, live on Discord, Clubhouse, Blog Talk Radio, YouTube, and Rumble. We go on Clubhouse at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Try to play some nice gospel music for y'all for about 30 minutes. Class starts here on Rumble, YouTube, Blog Talk, and Clubhouse at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If anybody is interested in making a donation, you feel blessed by what you're hearing, you feel like you're being counseled. I'm just throwing that up in there. I just want to show some support, show some love, want to make a donation, you can do so one of two ways. This information will be posted in the chat and on screen by one of my mods. Thank you, Sister Keanu. The first way you can donate, of course, is through PayPal using my email address. Then you can also contact us here. This is Absolute Bible Truth Forever at yahoo.com. That's Absolute Bible Truth, the number 4, EVA at yahoo.com. You don't spell out the word 4, you just type numerical digit 4. So again, that's Absolute Bible Truth Forever at yahoo.com. And of course, the other way you can donate is how most people donate, which is through Cashapp, using the Cashapp tag, which is $ capital ABTM lowercase s. Again, it's capital ABTM lowercase s. And in case you're wondering, that stands for Absolute Bible Truth Ministries. And I'm going to give a shout out to my people that donate.